Message of some type.
Yeah, I think he's running a little behind. Let me see what
Yeah.
he's doing.
No.
I was about to skip the podcast and go play Among Us with his family,
Uh-oh.
Message of some type.
Oh yeah, I hear your echo.
It's a little too.
I just logged into the stream.
Oh, got you.
So yeah, that was. I always love playing that game with my Caucasian friends. It's always so much entertainment.
that's wrong, man. You're supposed to say. He said, "What's with the music?" Random.
You don't like the music, Maurice? What you want to hear, dog?
Yeah, the Twitch came out with a, I think it's called like Stream Beta, and it's like a bunch of music that you can stream without copyright issues.
I heard Twitch don't have their licensing together.
I haven't heard that yet.
They never did. Like
That's kind of what I read. Was that it was like a mess the whole time, and they're putting this out, but the labels are like, bro, we have not finished hashing this out yet. Like, what are you? So it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna trust that.
Like people be playing in the background, and they get striked off their channel. And like it would just be like something on Amazon Music, like, oh no, you can't have this, blah blah blah, and then their music, like YouTube got the same joint because like from our old podcast, for our first podcast, me and Preston did, we were playing Dragon Ball Z, and they muted half of our damn podcast because it was copyrighted from Namco Bandai. And I'm like, but this is the game. Namco, I say Namco, I don't give a damn. Namco.
This man put an extra vowel in between.
I so
the
did.
M and the C.
Yeah, he did.
I so did.
He was like, we got a whole syllable right here.
Namco, I don't give a damn. Okay.
Oh shit!
So, like Shroud apparently is now like a Rogue Rogue company partner.
Oh Lord!
And it's hysterical. Like when you're a streamer and you have the power to literally revive a whole game. Like Rogue Company has been on like page 2 of Twitch like since its release. Like a Rogue Company partner, which I'm sure they paid him out the ass. Rogue Company is now like in the number 10 spot on Twitch. What is it? 1, 2,
Isn't
3,
it
4, 5, 6.
Isn't it coming? It's coming to consoles now, right?
Yeah, it's cross-platform as of today. Yeah. And then this Gation Impact, man. I wish I would have come up with this. People are fucking spending thousands on this character role bullshit, man.
Character role. All right,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. Y'all ready to get started since everybody here?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's here?
Yep. AJ just got.
What up, AJ?
The mans.
He'll be with us in a second. All right. Thank y'all for joining us. Welcome to the podcast. Follow us at Blerdimension everywhere. If you haven't already, turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when we got new content for you. I'm Kavon at Negrito Suave. We got JK, Be Sternal.
Hello. Face not in the picture this time, but
yeah, down there with the bear
and Hotliner.
Right. On business.
We got 3 out of 6.
Right, we got that. We got Creston. Right, there we go. Bad 500. We got Creston, not Cirque.
What's good?
We got AJ, Noslinja.
What's going on, everybody?
We got JD, Create Activity.
Hello, friends.
And we got Carl, KBH.
What's going on?
All right. All our pronouns are he, him, and his. We got 3 segments on the podcast for y'all. We're going to talk about what we've been consuming this week. That means like what games we've been playing, what shows we've been watching, comics we've been reading, all that type of stuff. Then we're going to talk about some nerdy news. And then after the news, we got a topic of the week to discuss. This week is the CD Projekt Red bullshit with Cyberpunk 2077. And then after the podcast, we're going to have a little intermission and we're going to get into some Halo. So stay tuned, man. So,
gonna leave Soul Calibur out. I'm just asking a question.
AJ, we all know your game, man. We all know.
I hope you're ready, AJ.
No, we definitely
I've been sitting in the championship chair for 2 weeks in a row, and I just don't know. I'm just uncomfortable with all the success. I don't know what to do with it.
He said, "I don't know what to do with
We were
it."
playing
Nah.
Halo nonstop, so I'm like, oh, okay,
I'm not gonna
I'm
even
gonna,
bother playing because it
yeah,
doesn't work for me. So
yeah,
I'm
because
just
the
gonna
S
send
just
out.
can't handle all this
Saturday.
freshness coming
Right.
You.
So
That
you
is
gonna
that is kind of
Yo.
true.
so you gonna upgrade? That's true. True. I could just upgrade to the One X and just turn that in. Tell you the truth, but
Well, you got the Series X coming.
Oh, that's right. I did get lucky.
Yeah,
So
so
Just a little more
unlike
time.
unlike some people got lucky with 2 consoles, but I'm not
Crazy.
gonna say that.
Hey, don't. Hey. No. Hey,
Hey,
don't need
I
to spill the
also have the
beans.
2 console game over here, but
Oh, you got two? You got both?
oh wait, I'm not talking about like as far as PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Yes,
See,
well since I started making money, I always believe in carrying with both with me at all times. It's like
absolutely.
safety net. You
You
never
Yeah,
said
know
it's
which
like
friend of yours has a PlayStation, and has an Xbox. You know.
you got to be ready at all times.
go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared. You never know.
Hey, I brought both of mine.
Lord. All right. So who want to go first?
Let's
What y'all
see.
been?
Oh, it works. Okay, never mind. So y'all can see me this time. Uh, I'll go real quick.
The only one without a cam. I swear.
Who's that?
You say who's that? Hey,
That.
whose man's is this?
Oh, that's funny.
That's
I'll go real
interesting.
quick.
All right, go ahead.
Getting
So
glitches.
what did I see today? Well, I haven't really. Well, I did watch, of course, Lovecraft Country.
Mm.
That shit was fire. That shit was fire. Um, watched. I haven't really watched a lot of anime this week since I've been in Atlanta, but I did watch not Fire Force, but Black Clover and God of High School was amazing too, and I watched this one show, Utopia, on Prime. That boy, I I came into some shit when I saw that when my dad was watching. I was like, "What the hell are you watching?" He's like, "Utopia." I was like, "This ain't no Utopia. This is random people getting shot in the head. This ain't no Utopia."
Oh shit.
And so, but it's basically about there's this comic book that people are spamming for and or trying to get, and so people are willing to kill to get this comic book. So like these contract killers are trying to
Dang.
get this comic book, and these group of nerds from Comic Con trying to get this comic book, and it follows this girl named Jessica Hyde, and she's like a daughter of a chemist or biochemist, and he ends up making like these super biochemist weapons, like any of the world type viruses and joint, and so uh, people are like, oh, this is real, like this comic book is real, like look, there's facts and there's different, so like they're trying to figure out if it's real or not. I guess being real, I don't know. I was only on episode 2, and I was like, so uh, watch that. Um, another show on Prime about the first black lawman of first uh black lawman and something like that. Border Patrol lawman in a way. Oh no, U.S. Marshal. Sorry, and then that's on Prime as well. Um, there's another show. I watched the little Jurassic World. Uh, I watched the Jurassic World cartoon on Netflix.
My
That was
kids have not shut up about that show.
I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, my wife watched it with the little ones. I haven't seen it, but the fact that my wife sat down and watched it, and she actually enjoyed it, I'm imagining it must be pretty good.
It's
Is it?
like
It's a kid show.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like I mean, I guess yeah, it's just like Jurassic's World, but for kids without all the dinosaurs eating someone's head and whatnot.
well,
Oh, that was the
so
best part.
well actually no, people still
Right?
get eaten. So weird thing
Just no
is,
blood.
I think it's during the time of in Jurassic World when the park was um when the park was getting attacked. So like when the park was pretty much going haywire, and so like all the people were there and park was and it, like in the movie, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like on par with that actually. So
Mm.
it was kind of interesting um to see that. But I watched that. I've been playing COD on my Xbox, which is very weird. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just I have the S. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
you had a worse version.
excuse me. But
No, it's for real. It's like objectively the worst one because it's the S is like the worst console, the least powerful console. I'll say that.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
how is the S the worst console when it came out after the Xbox X?
People are just trying to forget about that one.
Yeah, I mean, because it's basically just it's the regular Xbox One, but it's just slimmer, and I think the video output is 4K, but like the internals are still the same. It's the X that's the one that's been juiced, but the S is still
Still the same. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, either way, um, so I've been playing that, and I've been trying to figure out like how they're doing this whole Xbox Hall of Fame shit.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't understand what they're like. I guess it's gonna be a certain amount of days where you can earn like a gamer score and see how much you can earn. But I saw on Twitter somebody already got it, so I'm like, I don't get. I was like, wait, so if it hasn't came out yet or it just started today, how did somebody get it already? So that's why I was confused. I was like, okay, whatever. So it's just for people who are, if that's all they do is game, and it gives them a chance to get an Xbox Series X,
They
basically.
might know somebody that works at Xbox to tell them the secret
True. Give
moves
them
they
the
got
sauce.
to do.
True,
Yeah.
true. But yes, I've been doing that. Wanted to play Doom Eternal this week, but I've been going around visiting friends and family. Um, also, there's another. Oh, I'm gonna go see Tenet tomorrow, actually, at the drive-in movie theater.
Oh, driving.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we about to shame the hell out of you.
We're
Yeah,
about
hell
to
yeah.
shame the hell out of this man.
You know you can't wait to
I
go
don't
in there,
care.
Listen,
right?
we already had the meeting on the side about divvying up your shares. If you went to the movie theater, only if
I
you
thought
went
we
to
had
the
that
First
movie
meeting
off,
in his
theater.
face. I was sure we
first
had that
off,
meeting
We,
right in his face.
You said it
I'm
right. I
positive
think
we
he was
did
there.
too.
I think he was there.
He
you
was
were.
he was one of the people in the meeting. I mean, he didn't have he didn't have like a vote, but
He
all
didn't
right.
have a vote. There was no vote there. Mm.
Y'all had to sign off on it first before y'all could divvy up anything. So get
Fine.
that situated.
You said
Um,
sorry. Not a
So it's
problem.
like-
yeah.
Signed. Done.
Okay.
Is that a DocuSign, Carl? Is that what that was, like a vocal DocuSign?
Hey,
That was a vocal.
whatever it
It's
takes.
like, hey Google,
He
sign.
said whatever it takes. Yo, I'm dead.
And it says cannot sign. Sorry. Um. What else? Of course, the new anime coming out this month. Um. And then Cyberpunk will come out to next month. Damn.
Maybe.
I'm ready. My
Maybe.
body is ready. Oh, I don't
yeah.
know. It's not. It's coming out. I mean, even if they gotta work nights, weekends, their birthdays, they gonna give me my game.
Lord.
Dang.
Well, it
God,
seems
Listen,
God,
we're all developers. We've all had those nights. Okay. Listen, I'm running on zero sleep. I had to pull an all nighter last night to get something ready for today.
Jesus.
So
first
we
off,
all gotta suffer.
for
You
them
said
to
we
show
all
Amen.
all
got
this,
to. Hey, yo.
for them to show all this gameplay, all this hype, like you
Yeah.
cannot do nothing except
They paid
get the
Keanu
game.
Reeves multi
Yeah,
millions
yeah. You
Yep.
have no
for
choice
like
except get
six
this game
seconds
done.
of video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We gonna get
and
He's
into
they
it.
barely
show
been.
they actually
Yeah.
showed interesting enough they actually showed like YouTube videos of the lore, so like behind like the samurai like Keanu Reeves character
Mm.
Silverhand, And they showed like the whole like timeline of how he got to be Silverhand. Basically, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. So they got a lot into the lore, into the game, stuff like that. So I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
And of course this month, kind of like Chris, I'm definitely gonna be watching a lot of horror.
Yes, join the dark side.
Nah, y'all niggas got a
First
problem.
up,
All right. I mean, we can revisit that.
but
We
I'm
got
not watching that bullshit Terrifier shit. Okay, just
no. That's off
extra
the
gas.
out of the
That's off the
question.
chart. That's out of question. But I would watch Insidious and like The Conjuring. I
That's what
wanted to watch.
Kristen's room looks like right now. Like the
Yeah, that's what he was
Exactly.
going for.
It
okay, I
do
was
like
about to say,
Insidious. It do like
yeah,
Insidious.
it looks like the what you call the photo, the photo, like the promotional stuff before you
That's
in the
a
movie.
compliment. I appreciate that.
I don't
I
think
should take
it
it
is.
back.
It
I
shouldn't
don't think
be.
that's a good. Nope. It looks like a the old school film rooms.
Oh, dark
Oh yeah,
room.
yeah,
Dark
yeah. True, true,
rooms.
true,
That's what
true.
it look like.
True.
Except
Could be developing pictures in there. He not though.
you can be developing. You can be developing something. Yeah, for real.
He not.
But yeah, and then there's some other movies and other shows I can't think of now that I want to watch. But Lovecraft Country, that's one of the biggest things.
Or
I want to talk about that later.
for sure. For sure.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about you, AJ? Or whoever want to go next?
So for me, content wasn't really like. Once again, no content. The schedule has changed, but I've been playing games lately, really just Among Us with my family, and you just
Oh,
find out
they just invited
you
me.
can't really trust any of them. You can't trust any of your family. They're all liars. They're all good at it. They know.
Hey! Don't talk to about your family like that. They
No,
just
they're horrible. They are
oh
horrible.
Not horrible.
They're actually playing the game right now. I heard them. I heard my brother fussing because they're playing and they're like on the phone with each other and saying, so like on this
Right.
huge like group whatever, and they're all like playing it right now in
oh I know. They invited me.
in real time. Right. I'm gonna tell them to rescind that invitation. But
Permanently. Do not invite this man.
that's beside the point. Yeah. So we played that and it is such a simple like game in terms of I'm sure it's hard to develop because there's a lot of interactive stuff that's like mapped on a 2D world and that can get kind of difficult, but it's very simple and aesthetic and then also and the gameplay is not that complicated, but it's so nuanced because of the fact that it's really based on the human factor, right? Like you're going around murdering people, or you're going around trying to either fix a ship, or you're the saboteur slash murderer on the ship, right? And
Like a
there's just
thing.
so many funny moments that came out of like knowing someone's the murderer and also but not being kind of sure, but knowing but not sure, and then getting murdered. That's very funny. And then just to hear the arguments afterwards. My brother exploded on the whole family because nobody ever believes him when he says, I mean, he's the least trustworthy, or at least he was. So it's like, but yeah, so we were playing that game. I accidentally downloaded, pre-ordered Squadrons, like finger slipped.
Yeah, right.
It's been
Accidentally on
getting good
purpose.
reviews.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna get it either way,
Yeah.
just because I love any kind of like flight simulator where I can shoot things down at the same time. So if you can
You
mix,
got it on
if
Xbox?
Flight Simulator came out with like a flight simulator for fighter jets, where it was like the
It's called Ace
same
Combat.
I
Get Ace
know Ace
Combat.
Combat, but like if it was the same engine that ran Flight Simulator, because that's just like a gorgeous engine, right?
Ace
Ace
Combat is
Combat.
pretty gorgeous. I said gorgeous. Gorgeous
Garbage
too.
gorgeous. Garbage gorgeous. That's what you're thinking
But
of.
yeah, so I played Ace Combat, like, and I enjoy it. But I'm just saying, like, Flight Simulator is just a cut above it in terms of
Oh, for
look,
sure. Yeah.
aesthetic, right? So if they came out with a Flight Simulator, whatever, I'd buy it immediately. So anytime I see fighter jet stuff, I'm in. And
They
so
have some
I
old school ones.
might have accidentally pre-ordered it. I tried out xCloud this week too for the first time, but on a game that doesn't really matter. On I played a game Wargroove on the Switch, and
Oh
I
yeah.
it was on
Yeah.
Game Pass, so I just downloaded it because the problem with Wargroove is nobody else plays Wargroove but me. So like if you go to the multiplayer and try to like find a match,
You be
Like
sitting there for
there's
days.
World of
yeah,
Warcraft.
there's nobody. It's a strategy game. It's kind of like Advanced
Advance
Wars
Wars.
Oh, okay.
off of the Game Boy Advance.
Oh,
So
I
I've
can
been
try
playing a
SCOD on my computer. I just realized that.
yeah.
Never
So
mind.
I was playing playing a little War Groove and stuff like that. But I haven't caught up on any anime. I need to catch up on God of High School and all the other good jazz. But just learning who to trust in my family, which is nobody. That's pretty much what my week was about.
I
Yo,
could have
so
told you that.
yo. All right, you done,
Next week
JD?
we got to play Among Us.
The word.
Just like Endless
It's
Group, I know
Like
who not to trust.
everybody loaded up.
Hold up, let's
I already know
do.
I can't trust none of y'all. So
Hold
I
up, so
mean,
Yeah.
we can I suggest Dead by Daylight?
I mean, you
no.
can. I don't think anybody
That's
would
where
be
you're
on
like
board
a
with
you
that.
murderer, right?
you
And you're
can.
killing all your
Yeah,
I
one
think
of us.
Among Us is gonna be as close as you can get to that.
God damn it! I wanted to be.
Especially with Carl.
I
My
To
wanted.
be.
brother-in-law plays Dead by
There's
Daylight.
no
Oh
darkness
yeah.
over here.
Yeah, he loves that game.
And
He loves to be but he's always a murderer. He's never like somebody trying to run from the murderer,
Of
which kind of scares
course.
me a little bit.
See,
'Cause-
You mean you
And
gotta
he's
have an
hey,
outlet?
what should
he's a
scare you
fresh
more
brother-in-law.
is if
Like
he
he's
never
new.
wanted to
This
be
is his
there more.
first year in the
Yeah,
family, and
exactly.
I don't know if I could trust
We
this
should
guy
play
because he
Until
enjoys
Mm.
Dawn.
murdering people.
One stream, like one instead of doing a podcast, we just play Until Dawn.
I mean, it's Halloween. We could do all this scary shit.
I
I'm
feel like we
down.
should at least once a week. We should
Look at
not this since we haven't planned it.
That's
But we
why I'm
definitely
like,
should
hell no.
throw something spooky in the rotation.
Um,
I said nope.
It's okay, Carl. I'll hold your hand.
You know what's spooky? You know what's spooky? Like Halo, but like with the lights low. That's real spooky.
you know what?
So
You're onto something, AJ. You're onto
if we
something.
all get a week, I think like if we all get like some time periods like to suggest something spooky, like okay, this week AJ and Carl suggest something spooky. It's low light Halo for us, right?
Yes.
that's all you need right
That's
there.
I
to me
know.
that's frightening.
I think
Mhm.
Modern
Frightening.
Warfare actually has a new update. When a new update, they have like a Halloween uh thing going on for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, do that. I think they
Yeah.
do have a
Yeah.
zombies update or something. They send me a push notification
Yeah. It sounds
about.
like low light Halo. It is. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Not
low
even
light.
zombies, Carl.
I mean, we're running around with swords. That's what we're doing.
No, he's talking about
That's
zombies Call of Duty,
Oh,
which is real zombies.
Call of Duty. Right. Yeah. Halo.
yeah. I'm dead. All right, we we can
Yeah.
definitely
Halo.
talk about it some more.
We
Yeah.
can talk about it. Yeah.
Who want to go next? What you been consuming this week?
I ain't. I mean, I'm in the same boat, honestly, with AJ. I haven't been consuming much this week as far as video content. Um, I actually went to the comic book store for the first time in a while since like COVID hit and whatnot. And shout out, go to your local comic book store. They're definitely struggling during this period of time. Um, you know, you can always pick some things up. Normally, it's easy to social distance in there, but besides that,
that's the center of
Spawn.
social distancing.
Yeah, it is.
The epicenter.
The Spawn issue 315 had an absolutely beautiful art tribute to Chadwick Boseman, so I had to go by and pick that up.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go ahead and get the pages framed and put them up somewhere back here, along with the rest of the stuff I got.
Is Spawn black again? Because there was a period of
Is
time.
Spawn black again?
Yeah, there was a period of time in which he was a white guy, and I was like, well, I'm not interested.
It was a weird time, wasn't it? I mean, no, he's the current character is the current in person who's wearing Spawn is black. Because they've never done. I don't think since the '90s they've done a reboot of Spawn. So like it's on issue 315. So I mean, it's pretty rare in the comic book world that
They've had
issues don't get restarted.
They split it. So
Yeah.
they have like
Yeah.
a Spawn proper, and then they have like kind of like Amazing Spider-Man. They got another type of Spawn character.
But yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man are different Spider-Mans, even though people don't realize that.
Like they have Hellspawn, they have like Spawn Pro,
That's true.
Spawn X, like they in like
Kitty.
revolutionary Spawn, like I forgot what there's different because I was looking at actually video talking about all the different spawns. And like,
Hmm.
Spawn actually showed up first in Sonic. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
There was a
Same.
version. There was a
I
version of
do know what you're
Spawn.
talking about.
It was him with for feet was like wheels or some shit. And I was like, what kind of? I was like, Spawn was in Sonic. I was like, what the hell? Like, okay. And so after they did that, because it was like Robotnik wanted to have wanted to find something to get rid of Sonic finally once and for all, and so like he made something like this thing called it's pretty much Spawn, but
Mhm.
but yeah, just to answer your question, so you can continue on. There's different alternate universes of Spawn or different versions of Spawn. Like there's Angel Spawn, where he finally got God like or finally got endowed with or powers of heaven,
Similar to his
and
demonic powers.
yeah, but he uses both of them to cast out the devil and God and reshape the world into his own image.
That's pretty dope. I'm about to find that.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, what else did I pick up this week? Picked up the current run, the continuation of Ironheart, which if none of y'all have, picked up the rest of my box of Ironheart comics. Ironheart is a newer character in the Marvel universe. She's this Tony Stark-esque, black, female teenager. Absolutely brilliant in some ways, a lot smarter than Tony Stark is himself. She's up there in like the smartest Marvel characters.
Right behind what's the name? Moon Girl.
Moon Girl, yeah, Moon Girl is the smartest character. I picked up I picked up the continuation of Moon Girl as well. Because Ironheart, Moon Girl, I read to my daughter. And like those, she has framed in her room like issue 1 of both of those. Those are the heroes that she looks up to, which I think is the dopest thing, man. Like the dopest thing. I love it so much.
Brian Michael Bendis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who writes Ironheart? Yeah, he also did.
He did in the beginning. The current, he's a part of the creative team, but the person who's currently doing it, she is
good.
She's never written comics before. I forget her name.
Yeah, they used to have like the designated white guy who like writes black stories as Brian Michael Bendis for a long time in Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like they introduce a black character and then Brian Michael Bendis writes it. And so it's good to see they're finally letting black people tell those stories. They kind of they kind of started that with Black Panther when they did Ta-Nehisi Coates did the Black Panther the first during the movies run. The comic Black Panther comic that came out was Ta-Nehisi Coates who did that. Who's not a comic book writer either. He's just an author. And they're like, yeah, well, him and Brian Stillfreeze or something like that drew it. But that's what this is right here. That's the one that they give you in the gave you when you went into the actual movie.
Oh, until Black Panther.
Yeah, they gave you the first issue.
I didn't get one.
He said I didn't get one.
Late, man. You must have went late. Like they was
I didn't get one either.
You couldn't get rid of them.
I don't think they in my movie theater because I was there midnight to go see it, and
what is her name? Because it's gonna bug me.
Riri something.
Riri Williams.
What did you get?
What's the character's name? Eva L. Ewing. That's her name. She's the writer of this one. And Mendez he is one of the producers. But yeah, she's like this literature major.
Oh, I said I got this. I got the first issue of the Ta-Nehisi Coates, and this isn't my I have my one bagged and boarded version. This is just the extra.
Yep.
One, but yeah,
that's just the extra.
So they gave that to you at the movie theaters. What you're saying happened.
Yeah, with my ticket. I thought everybody got Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Right.
Nope. My bad. I mean, I'm over here. Everybody makes fun of my location, which is
you got me there.
Everybody
Well,
makes fun of my location, but y'all out here just
Did you
getting
go to
regular
the?
movie
that's just
tickets.
affirmative action for your location.
Damn.
Basically.
Where you live
Basically.
sucks. Here's a present. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all making fun of my location. Look, it's first
Thanks
of
for
all, it's
degrading yourself. Here's a comic book.
Did you go?
Right.
you know
Did
how
you
easy
go
it
during the
was for me to
family
get an
showing?
Xbox Series X because of my
Here you
location.
go
I'm
with
winning
this.
right now. I'm
He
winning right
said,
now.
"Ain't nobody can afford this shit right now."
I,
Hey, did
I
you?
literally, like y'all were like, "Oh, I can't get one. I can't get one." I was like,
Yeah.
"Should I even tell them I have one?" I'm starting to feel bad because I just hit as soon as I logged into the site, they were like, "Yeah, it was spinning for a little bit." That's the only thing that had me worried. But like, I was in the queue automatically. You guys were like,
Hey, the lesson going forward, we need to set our VPNs to have a
Right.
location in
Hell yeah.
Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight to it. But outside of that, man, yeah, that's I've been on a comic book kick. I've been just chilling, reading comic books with my daughter.
Nice.
There's really none good ones for like my son's age, so I've been trying to figure out, some good ones for him to pick up. Um, there's just unfortunately like comic books have this weird thing where like they really don't like have any ones that are good for kids who are like below like the 10 range. I would say like not like well, I would say like below like 8.
you can get the really big ones that they have. Like, it's hard to find them in the comic book store, but
Storybook
they're usually
ones.
like on the bottom shelf somewhere, like against the wall, like
Ah,
by the door. And they're like
Yeah.
these really big ones. They almost look like children's books in general, but they're
Yeah.
like comic book format.
Yeah.
Pretty much like a comic book trainer, right?
right.
There's a couple of them, and you'll find like Sonic ones and stuff like that you can kind of get
I
younger
have to
kids
find
in.
that, man.
I'm surprised you didn't get the
Yeah,
Black
next
Sands
time I
book.
see him, I'll send you a couple of them so you can kind of peruse
Yes,
them.
please do.
I'm surprised you didn't
He
get
was reading
the.
a Lego manual saying it was a comic book today.
Ah,
Yesterday after we got back.
that's so
And he was like,
sad.
"Hey, look at my comic books." I'm just like, "Yeah, it's adorable, but I need to get you actual comic books." Um,
You should get him the Black Sands comic book.
the Black Sands comic books.
That doesn't
Yeah,
sound like something a child should
I
read.
don't.
it's
Yeah.
it's. I don't,
Like,
well, I could be wrong of the title, but it's basically about um, it's Egyptian. It's Egyptian times. It's like Egyptian princes and princesses that are that
Oh,
are.
I know what you're talking about. That
oh yeah,
self-funded
yeah,
comic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I
Right.
was
It's
yeah.
like
thinking
I
of
don't,
basically Black Avatar.
pretty
yeah.
much,
Mm.
It feels like
pretty much.
Avatar to me. The way the story.
It's like
I
Black
watched like
Avatar
the
and Harry
motion
Potter
comic.
mixed.
Did they
Yeah, I
have a
watched.
Yeah.
Netflix thing where it was like 5 frames per second type of?
No, it's a motion comic, so it's not an
It's
actual
a motion
animation.
comic. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's on YouTube. I know that for sure.
yeah. They have it on YouTube. I don't know. I remember like I donated to their Patreon a while back. I haven't heard anything back from them. I wonder if they're
Okay.
still in production.
I think they are because they had a. I think they hit a snag with COVID.
Nah,
It
Probably. I mean,
apparently
everybody's
was
everyone
good.
did.
sad.
What I saw on YouTube,
Yeah.
wherever I saw it, it was good. I liked it.
True.
Yeah, it
You
was.
want to go next, Carl?
Sure. So I saw Lovecraft. Uh,
How you feel about that? What's going on, Carl?
Loved it.
that's amazing. That's so it's still not crystal clear to me. And again, spoiler alert. It already came on, people, but spoiler alert for people that care about that.
Yeah, we're about to discuss what is it? Episode 7, Lovecraft Country. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't
if
seen it, get
spoilers
out
fuck
of
with
here.
you,
Run.
you know.
Save yourself.
uh,
Run.
maybe I should take my headphones off.
Nah, me
Come
maybe.
on,
Yeah,
You'll
we'll hold
probably
our
watch it
hands up.
anyway. It is
get
still
your
be good.
life together. So my whole thing was at the end, right?
Hmm.
It seems like she was about to decide um to come back, but it wasn't clear that she actually did or not.
I think she did.
I think she did as well.
I think she sent back. She sent back. Atticus. Oh well.
It doesn't seem like she sent him back. We didn't really get to see his experience, because it doesn't seem like she ever saw him on the other side or whatever dimension she went to,
Like my
right?
personal.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Uh, but but yeah, so she seems like okay, she's gonna come back. I'm impressed with that. Like, if you lived and you love your daughter, I get that. But you lived in a time like that, you know what you're coming back to. You coming back to all this vanilla oppression. You coming back to
Vanilla
almost
oppression.
no
Vanilla
rights
oppression.
That
for
sounds like
women
an
and
ice
stuff
cream
like that.
flavor. Vanilla oppression coming out. Ben and Jerry's is coming out with
Rocky
vanilla.
Road's new flavor of
Actually, I like
2020,
Ben and Jerry's.
vanilla.
That's what I'm saying. Who's
Bruh.
another brand of ice cream that's not Ben and Jerry's? Because they rock with us, black
Yeah.
folk.
Haagen Dazs or
Bluebell,
yeah.
Bluebell
Haagen-Dazs
Haagen
flavor
Dazs.
vanilla
crazy.
That's
oppression. That
not
sounds like something they would
Vanilla
say.
depression.
Vanilla. It's just
what you be
vanilla mixed
doing.
with French vanilla mixed with vanilla bean.
Did y'all know Haagen Dazs is like made up? It's not an
Yeah,
actual
it's not a
name. It's
real
not an
Dutch thing. They
actual.
just thought it sounded Dutch. I was like,
For real?
Yeah.
what the?
And
That's
people in Dutch are
hilarious.
like,
No, it's like anyway. Well,
randomly.
Carl,
Talk about
Go ahead.
Brandon.
No,
crazy.
but the fact that she was like, I accomplished all this. I'm a G out here. I'm enjoying everything. This is amazing. But I'm gonna come back.
Well, I think she
Like,
wanted to come back so she can bring her daughter
it
to.
is. I don't know if she can bring her daughter, or
I
if
think
if
she
that's gonna be a
can
short.
because I think so. I think she was always destined to, because like the way she met that being is like she knew she was gonna be there. In a
That's
sense.
What you mean?
true, but that's
So
a higher
like
dimensional thing. But
so
that
well, I
doesn't mean
mean,
her daughter's gonna be there, though.
Mm.
true, true, but she gave. I think she knew that she would want to go back for her daughter, so she gave her the option. And she said, "Well, since I came here already, can I come back?" She said, "Yeah, you can." And so okay, so but the thing is that machine was the precursor, right? That catalyst. So since the machine was kind of messed up, whatever, it's gonna be tougher to come back.
I
But
mean, but we're about to
we're gonna find
we're
out.
about to speak the language of Adam in no time. Flatting is not gonna be a problem, guys. We're about to
I
build
I
don't.
another
honestly
one.
say I have no idea what you guys are talking about, and I'm okay with that.
I don't think she
Get
did
your
come
life
back.
together.
Like Atticus had to run up out of there because
Because Uncle got
the
shot, the
yep, the
cop.
dude was shot dead. And like,
I
he
would,
sat there and he waited and I like that was it. He was alone and he had to hurry up and run up out of there before.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't like it came back.
I wonder what happened to the cop.
Oh, the other one, the one that he like
Yeah, the
punched or
other
whatever. He
one.
probably ran up out of there and
Yeah.
called the rest of them over there.
No,
I think
they
there's one
threw him.
that
Didn't
Oh,
they
went
throw him?
that they
into
threw
the.
into the.
Yeah, there was only two of them. There was one that they shot. She was shot one of them. The other one he threw into the portal, and they were
Oh
like, "Oh
shit!
snap, what happened?" And then
Damn,
the
I
cop was
forgot
like,
about
"What
that.
did y'all do?"
Who
And
knows what happened to his ass?
yeah, I think he got like disintegrated or some shit. Like I think so. I think Atticus met. I think that being that she met was a was another planet or another dimension. That Atticus went to another part of another dimension, and he doesn't recall what happened quite yet.
I
So I
guess we'll
think
see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see.
Cause I liked how they did at the bottom with they showed the entries,
Yeah,
like the planet rotate instead of showing the time, date, and
yeah. It had latitude,
what
longitude,
it
and
had the line
what I assume
latitude.
is time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess it was the motion of the planet around the Earth, around the sun, or something.
I think it was no. I,
A
I
lot.
think it was like you were saying, lat long.
Mhm.
Because the reason why I said that is like the positions didn't really change, right?
Mhm.
It was only the third coordinate that changed, which would be your time. So it she was there for a while. It seemed like she was there for years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there would be a whole bunch of different positions around the sun if that was the
Mhm.
case. So
Right.
it seemed
She was
like
a
it was
warrior
just
for like
time
26
moving.
whatever unit of time that was.
Yeah. So
Well,
that was crazy. That was
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
That was the first time I listened to the podcast, the audio podcast after,
mm-hmm.
and that was interesting. So the host of that podcast, I recognize her voice. So when I lived in Delaware,
Mhm.
I listened to a crap ton of public radio, and I could have sworn that I've heard her host something in the wee hours on public radio in Delaware, but I don't remember her name nor what the show was. Anyway, so watch that. I finished up Castlevania, and I, I'm gonna need that guy, the captured Forge Master, whatever, to
Fucking
get his life
simp.
together. Dude, I'm like, really, dude? You didn't see that coming from a trillion miles away?
A trillion
He
Come
miles
deserves
away.
on.
that though. He
He
deserves it.
deserves it. I mean, let's be real. He was a traitor. Like he was just awful. He was awful.
Yeah,
Isaac is
exactly.
awful. Even though, let me be real. Out of all of the bad characters in the history of any show that I've watched, Isaac is a freaking G compared to a lot of them. He is not
Yeah.
evil for no reason. Like I love a bad guy who I'm just like, you're kind of right though,
Yeah.
right?
I'm not surprised by that statement from you.
I'm definitely not surprised to hear that coming from you. But
Not at all.
Wow.
Thanos also had a point. He
I don't.
just went about it the wrong way.
I mean, with all that power,
No,
why
Humans
not
are
just
awful.
create more resources?
He-
Like, why does it
so-
immediately let's murder people? Like,
Right,
how-
right, exactly. He's like double the resources instead of
Having-
Because we're
shrinking-
greedy. Even if we double the, let's be real. Even if we double the resources, even if Mother Nature herself was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna backtrack, pollution real fast, give you guys a few extra years so you can turn it around," we're just gonna be like, "She'll probably backtrack it again. No worries."
Well, Isn't that the same? The equation balances on both sides the same way, though. If you cut the people in half, we're still going to get back to where we were, and if you double the resources, we're still going to use up the resources. There's no difference, right? Half.
So we should cut people in half, like every
Right.
25 years. Is what you're saying?
You know
I
what?
don't really think that's where AJ
I
is
really
going with
realized
that.
that I should have never even
You entered this conversation with this man. This
It's
is
really
not.
on me.
You
It's
did
not
this
on
to
you.
yourself.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. This is on me. It's 100% my fault.
You
Sorry.
behaved as expected. No. Is that it for you, Carl? Oh, so Maurice asked,
No,
how can you watch Castlevania and
nah,
not like horror?
I mean, it's horror, but is it really though? It is horror, but there's powers that is not completely demonic inspired, like that chick, right? What she's doing, she was beasting out the Seekers or whatever her name is. I don't know any of these
Technically, in the
characters'
storyline,
names.
her powers come from the Holy Land.
And there you go, right? And she's a baller. Belmont,
She's a
he's
beast.
balling out as well.
Dracula was
I was
balling out too.
disappointed in that mayor. Like
Dracula's
I
amazing.
Of course, you side with Dracula, Preston.
I mean, his powers, man.
But-
That like the stuff that he
also-
was unleashing, like that was
Yeah.
impressive.
It was amazing. OP.
I need to catch up on Castlevania.
And then another bad guy who had a good point. Like, you murdered his wife savagely.
Exactly.
You
I
burned
would
her
have
to
did
a
the same
crisp.
if I had that power.
I'm going to
I mean,
kill you
the
all.
whole planet, though.
Like-
the whole planet, guys. Come
I
on.
mean,
Not the whole planet. Like he went a little overhead, and that's when his son came in to step in. But I'm gonna murder every single person who was involved. Every villager who didn't speak up. Every church official who didn't speak up. Everybody
I
is
feel like
getting
I
eaten
can
by
see
a
how this is
demonic
going to go
beast.
too far for you.
Like Pain in Naruto, he just kills like everybody related to or even remotely
Yes.
like any kind of relation with his enemy. So he's like, oh yeah,
That's
Yes.
the whole planet. 6 degrees
he's
of
just
Kevin
like
Bacon.
just going. He's like 6 degrees of separation of murder. It's like he goes out. He's like, did you know a guy that knew a guy that knew this guy? All right, it's time for you to go.
Were you here when this butterfly flapped its wing here at this point in time? Dead.
So, watch that. Got out of high school, of course. Still leveling up. It's just crazy. It's still leveling up. I don't know how they keep doing it. Black Clover,
Years of
still in
material.
filler territory. Awesome.
Black Clover.
Filler
Is that what you
territory.
said?
Don't
I
start,
did.
AJ. Let us
No, I
enjoy
was
this.
I was okay. I'm muting myself again. I'm so sorry.
Fire
No.
Force.
I'm
Fire
sorry.
Force looks like every what Fire Force does is like they make me feel like oh it's about to pop off next week. Every week it hasn't popped up, but they give you just enough to be like, oh, that was nice, and it's gonna just completely go crazy, and it doesn't. So maybe I don't know when it's gonna come. It was still good, but still major tease, I think.
It
Fire
always
Force.
is. It always is.
Um, I think I watch a few other things, but we don't have to go into it too deep. I watched that debate.
Oh,
That debate,
He's like,
guys.
you know, I go too deep.
I don't know what you're talking about. What debate?
I was that debate.
What now, huh? So, huh? What now?
What else you watch,
Sorry, you were
Carl?
saying
I don't
something?
even.
What
He
were you
can't.
saying? Huh? Huh?
Hey,
Excuse me?
Chet,
Carl and
What now?
I talked
Huh?
about this.
You were saying
Chet,
something? Couldn't hear
Chet,
you.
can I
You were saying
I
something?
wanted to go to like all the global broadcasting areas and just put up like instead of showing the debate, put up like a America's like under maintenance like web page so that they couldn't do that.
Excuse
I
our
was like,
mess.
nah, we under maintenance
Yeah.
until
404.
no
Yeah,
Error
like
code
exactly.
404.
Hell nah.
Exactly.
Chet, can I ask
Dude,
you a question? Why
Yeah.
is that water that you're drinking?
Yes, it is.
It
Why are
looks
you
like
drinking out of a carafe? I think
a
we have the same
tequila
question.
bottle, though.
Why?
That's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
um,
he's
because
trying
my
to
wife brought
aerate
me
his water.
upstairs.
He's
bruh,
aerating the
it
She didn't bring
water.
you
looks
a
like
cup, my guy. Like, you know what?
my
I
dude.
told her I
It
wanted a
looks
large, like, I don't have any, my water bottles are all dirty.
Ah, gotcha.
And that's because I am a hoarder when it comes to my office space. So, like, if you guys were to see over there, it's disgusting.
oh, I've seen it.
So,
I've seen it. It is disgusting. You're right.
You said
thank you. So,
God damn.
You're right.
nevertheless,
Oh, shoot,
she
mine
brought
is
me this because my water cups are dirty and I
gotcha.
needed water. Um, so,
I
just
just thought
don't
curious.
you were
judge
All
me.
trying
right.
to chase
I just,
like subtle hints and notes in the water, and
I,
so you needed to
I
add
just,
air to it.
I was just making sure that it wasn't just straight tequila. This man is down in for this past 15 and
look,
20
Oh,
years.
he'll be dead.
I'll be like, oh my god, this
That's when
man.
my son was born.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
wow.
So
He
what
was
else
a
you
tequila
watching,
baby.
Carl?
He's like
Look,
next.
um, I think I have a few more things out there, but I don't really remember them right now. I did get a couple nights of a few games of Halo here and there. Um, the past couple of weeks before that, it wasn't happening, and it showed in my play. So hopefully, I
Tonight
can
would be
molest
different.
some
Coming
people
strong tonight,
better
huh?
tonight. Yeah, that's the hope. But that's more or less it for me. Not American. Oh, well, technically I am American, but I wasn't born here. But I was still kind of embarrassed for this country a few nights back. But it's okay. Better days are ahead, I'm sure.
Look, if
Mm.
my dad is looking at that and telling me how like let's just say let's just say if a retired colonel is not liking what he's seeing, just yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Man, you want to go, Chris, or you want me to go?
I can go. So I'm just happy that it's October. I'm getting in the Halloween spirit,
Here we go.
and I just started today. Watching that show on Netflix. What's that shit called? The Haunting of Hill House. Um, so I'm gonna blaze through that real quick. First episode was had a few moments. I was like, oh shit, okay, all right, we going there, we going there. So that's looking good. But last few days, I finally watched Train to Busan. That was pretty fun. I also watched Gemini Man. And that wasn't bad. It wasn't actually. I thought it was actually pretty entertaining.
I liked it
It
too. People just really
yeah.
stick to its will.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had some corny dialogue, but overall, I mean, it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it.
It was a fun
Um,
Marvel
movie.
did a
You're
good
right.
thing.
The dialogue was terrible in some scenes, right? Because they
yeah,
just couldn't close the loop the right way, so you could tell they were taking shortcuts in the dialogue. But
yeah,
yeah, I enjoyed it too.
yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be, uh, but nah, it was cool. I was pleasantly surprised. And then I started watching with my girlfriend the 90 Day Fiance after what's that shit called? Happily Ever
Happily ever
After.
after. Yeah.
Yeah. So we on season 1 of that. My man Muhammad, man.
Hey.
That dude has no chill, dog. That motherfucker is shameless. Yeah, that is just that's the highlight of that season right there. Um and then game wise, I've been playing more Hunt Down on Switch. Still one of my favorite games this year. Fucking the soundtrack on there is just it's so perfect. Um also been playing this it's this weird game called Paradise Killer. Only reason I'm playing it is I like the music and it's basically like a vaporwave game. And I fucks with vaporwave. Um so I just been playing that. It's basically about it's so weird. But basically like you're this investigator on this like Paradise Island, but I think the Paradise is like a simulation if I'm not mistaken. Like it's like this they keep referring to all of these like basically kind of like glitches or something. It's a weird ass fucking game. I'm just there for the ride. It's really no gameplay really. It's just you just walking around and you're finding stuff and you're talking to people. So it's like one of those games I play at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. Uh Playing some Streets of Rage 4, which is fucking amazing. That game is so fun. Um
We gotta play
really
Battle.
love the sound. Yeah, I really love the soundtrack on that jank. The gameplay on there is just like it's so tight, it's so smooth. So really enjoying that. And then last jank I've been playing is Hot Shot Racing. And it's basically like a yeah, that shit is so fun, man. It's so it goes back to the like the
Rush and stuff like that from the from the
yeah, it's
64.
like
So
Virtua
arcade.
Racer,
Right,
Daytona.
right.
It's just basically like a love what
I
do you
just
call it?
needed I just needed more customization of my cars. I don't want to have to pick a character. Let me customize my car.
So like Cruising USA.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't feel like customizing my car.
Like I like
I
to
get
just put a
lazy.
spoiler on it sometimes or something. Like you know what I'm
True,
saying? Like
true.
I like to change the wheels a little bit, change the color accents. Like that's what Rush had that I like. But other than that, no, I thought it was pretty fun. I played
It's
it for a little
fun.
bit.
Yeah, it's fun. I just like the simple mechanics of it. It's
Right, it's
just
the triggers. It's just the triggers and the joystick.
exactly. You just drift. You learn once you learn how to drift, like you're good. So
Hmm.
that game is it's amazing. But going forward for Halloween, I have like my whole list of movies that I'm gonna be watching.
This man here, boy.
I am so
You got
happy
Great
for
Moose on there.
Halloween.
Lord.
I already watched it.
You watch Peninsula?
No, I haven't watched that.
Ah, see, there you
You
go.
know Halloween's not a real holiday, right?
Why you gotta
Like
be? Why you gotta
that.
be a Scrooge?
And Columbus Day
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
real
so
holiday either,
Scrooge
but I'm off.
Halloween Scrooge. What's that?
So I got The
That's
Conjuring
blasphemy,
2,
Carl, and I will not stand
That's a
for it.
good one. That's a good one.
Annabelle. I need
I
to
watch.
finish that. I
Hey,
haven't.
wait till the weekend to watch that. I'll watch that with y'all.
All right. Insidious, Last Key, Sinister 2. And I think there's I watched most of the Paranormal Activities. There's like 2 of them that I didn't watch.
The
So
last one was the curse, like the witch, some witch, the Paranormal Activity, something the witch. I watched that in the movie theater. I was like, I should never watch this.
yeah, them guys got like it was 2 or 3 that was one of them was like, oh shit. There was one scene in there that I was like, yo, that's a little too much for
At
me.
the end of that
Yo,
one, I
what?
was
See,
like, nah. See, at the end
Lord,
of that,
can't fuck
because
with the
all
whole
the Paranormal
genre.
Activities, all the Paranormal Activities, I was like, this shit look whack. And then that one, I was like, this shit look real. I look real. And
Nah, that stuff would probably literally kill me. Like I'd die of a heart attack in the theaters.
I'll watch that one with y'all too, because that was actually but I definitely want to
Yeah.
watch. The Conjuring 2 was good, and they're making another Conjuring movie. Oh, y'all gotta watch The Nun. That was good.
Oh, the Nun was real good.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
The Nun was good.
That's it. But yeah, and then game wise, for Halloween, I'm gonna be playing through the Evil Within series. I'm gonna finally finish that.
Oh, you trying
And
to go
that
to Death Wish, huh?
oh hell yeah. And then I really want to go back and play through Resident Evil 2's Claire's campaign. That's the only one I haven't finished. But and then part of me wants to go and play Dead Space 2 again. So that's probably like one of the best games ever made.
Aren't you gonna play the Doom Eternal DLC?
Oh shit, that is this month. That's yeah, that's towards the end. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna play that.
And
So
what's that game? There's that game on Game Pass, like Don't Get Caught by the Neighbor or some shit.
oh, Hello Neighbor.
Oh, Neighbor, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a
It looks creepy, so I was like, that could
yeah,
be too.
hell yeah. But yeah, that's it for me.
Oh, Doctor
Alright, cool.
Sleep was actually pretty good.
Not watching that. Maury's talking about the Nun was garbage, and he, suggested
Uh,
other terrible, awful movies.
Good lord.
Taking Deborah Logan. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know that one.
not watching none of that personally.
Watch
But this,
Utopia. I think you'll like that one.
you said what, JK?
Watch Utopia. I think you'll like that one. It's on Prime.
I'll read the synopsis, watch the trailer, see what he's talking about.
He's like, let me dip my toe in there first.
Yeah, I gotta do my due diligence
check
before
the
I commit.
temperature.
Hell
Yeah.
So this week I didn't get a lot of gaming done. I did start watching Succession with my wife. And that's kind of
that's been on HBO, right?
yeah.
Oh
good.
yeah, that gen is good.
What's
It's
that?
good. We I was. It's been some. I think
Vanilla
we're
people talking about money.
basically. We're into the second season. Basically, the premise is like this super rich family. They own a like a massive like multi-billion-dollar
company?
media corporation, and the dad is getting older, and all the
trying to
kids want to
take
throw
that
their
shit.
hat in the ring to take over, and he doesn't really want to give it up. And so they're all, and he plays all
He
these
keeps
fucking mind
outsmarting them.
games.
Keeps
It's
outsmarting them.
it's wild. And then so in episode 1, with Greg trying to get his package to Logan, and it's like Logan is the old guy, and Greg is his brother's grandson, right? And he was working for the company like at a low level position. They own like theme parks and shit like that. Got fired. His mom was like, "Listen, talk to your uncle, your great uncle, like get a job. Like I'm not sending you no more money. You can't come back home. Like get it together." And so he's over there trying to get him a gift because it's his birthday. Everybody's about to celebrate the shit. And it's like the man is worth all this money. He's got drivers. He's got at least 2 security guards.
Helicopters.
And there's a doorman and everything. And it's like, have you never encountered security before? Like he's just walking in there real oblivious, trying to give this man this package, and security like hems him up something serious. And it's like, is this what it's like to be white? Like, have you don't understand how security works? Like, what the fuck? That shit really confused me. I was like, I would never do that. Like I would, you know what I mean? It was wild.
Yeah, that show is good. It's really good. It gets better.
Yeah, oh man, it's.
I saw
I'm
the
interested
first
to
season.
see.
I haven't started the second yet.
Man, you gotta keep watching it. This shit with Kendall is wild. I'm not gonna spoil it. I was just the other thing that caught my attention was in episode 3 when Kendall was talking to his ex-wife, and this motherfucker was like talking about the ways that I guess the relationship hasn't worked for each one of them. This motherfucker said one of us is gonna be unhappy. I don't see why it has to be me. This why she divorcing your fucking ass right now.
That's the realest thing someone has ever said in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yo, I couldn't believe that shit.
That's real.
I was like, wow, you really like
You
with a
can't
straight
believe that.
face
You
just
gotta
said that
watch
to her
the-
over dinner.
That's I'm telling you that puts a whole different
Billions
lens
that
on white
same
people.
crazy shit.
Hell, it really does. I'm like, dog, are white people okay? Like this is why rich people aren't
No.
human. Like you can do
No,
anything
they're
to
not.
anybody, and it literally doesn't matter. Like you
Yep.
can be in the wrong, like you can be like a fucking criminal, and it just doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't fucking
Yeah.
matter.
Once
It's
you make
crazy.
a certain amount of money, the world actually opens up for you. Surprise,
Hell yeah.
surprise.
Yep.
And then like when some of my homeboys said to me that stuck with me, it's like when you got shit, people give you shit. And so it's like if
Yeah.
you're rich, if you have
Exactly.
influence,
Look
like
at Travis
motherfuckers,
Scott. He got a PS5. I mean, just sent it to him. Just like, oh yeah,
like, there you
take a
go.
picture with
Hey.
it.
For you.
Because
Yeah.
they make more money off of you, a rich person, showing other people you have it. Just in the off case you weren't going to buy this,
There.
we'll just.
Now look at this.
Was the
Oh,
influencing
where you sound,
part.
bro?
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, it's all that influencing stuff, man. I
Yeah,
mean, it's true.
exactly.
It's one of the greatest marketing it's one of the greatest marketing inventions of the past like 5 years. Influencers in general,
right.
you know,
Yep.
they
Like you
just
said,
they don't even
wow.
spend money on the things that they purchase anymore.
They
It's in
don't.
the, it's that in the cybersecurity space, it's like all over. Like it just you have code influencers who get like free like extensions and like all they
Yep.
do is just show pictures of themselves on it on Instagram. It's crazy, man.
The fact that there's literally YouTube channels of just like people unboxing shit.
Yes.
It's like
And there's a little boy on YouTube. This man makes more money than I probably ever see in my life.
Oh yeah.
And all he does is unbox toys.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember reading about that shit before.
And my kids are obsessed with this kid.
Jeez.
And I do not let them watch intentionally. Like my father-in-law let them sit there and watch and like binge this kid's channel because he
Damn.
thinks he's hysterical, and I'm just like, no, it will not happen.
Paul and I were
Do the
watching
same thing with
what
comic
was
books.
that Your Average Consumer,
Oh yeah.
and
Mhm.
he showed off his house
Oh yeah.
in the tech
Yep.
house. I was
That
like,
house is too juicy.
I was like,
I mean,
I'm doing the wrong stuff with my life.
Right.
His house
right.
is-
Just imagine Marcus's house. He never goes into like MKBHD never goes into his like his finances and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
He
you know
doesn't-
he's paid.
You see his
Of
office,
course.
you know.
I
His
saw.
house
I'm gonna
is
share this
like-
shit with y'all.
Yeah, but the Unbox Therapy dude's house is ridiculous. It's
Oh, I can only
Yep.
imagine.
Oh, you seen his house? I've never seen the unbox therapy guy.
First off, when you know
I'm
you
sorry,
made
not
it,
Unbox Therapy. I'm sorry, your average consumer.
Or average consumer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know you've
it's-
made
yeah.
it as an influencer in the tech world when you get a GPU brand new that's been sold out, and you're able to destroy that shit on YouTube.
Yep. Linus. Yep.
What, he destroyed it.
He destroyed it to look at how it.
Oh, he took it
Oh, the
apart.
tear down.
Tear down people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. I thought he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm gonna set it on
Just gonna
fire.
smash
it.
Well, I mean the way he.
I
The
was
way
Can
he-
it survive
Mythbusters.
under this Ford F-350?
Tied
basically
it to
what- how he was
dynamite.
Man,
explaining
my
it.
wife does the same thing. She will watch people put on makeup till like 1 o'clock in the morning. In regards to Rand.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then I also
I'm
watched
into
Lovecraft.
haircuts
Oh my
now.
bad. What'd you say, Carl?
So people watching random stuff. I've recently gotten into haircuts.
Oh yeah.
And 360 Jeezy. I'm watching his videos all the time now. He cuts
Yeah.
hair.
No.
And then hairstylist. I watch that crap. I'm like, how the heck did I get caught up? I guess because I have to cut my own hair now.
Hey, that's
I
it.
get caught up into. I'm like, oh, let me check out the craftsmanship behind all this crap. And then I got into a
follow-
little wormhole there.
Yeah, a couple barbers now because I did the same thing like last year, and I was like, got all this like barber and stuff on my feed. But you know, I mean, I can cut my hair pretty good when I got my clippers. But yeah, I also watched Lovecraft Country episode 7. Listen to the podcast. You said take the guy, Maurice. Calm down, bro. Chill out.
Yo, he's like, just shave it, bro.
Right.
We all gonna be looking like
Had me out here looking like a milk dud. No, buddy.
for real. Damn. like a milk dud, like Carlos Miller off of Wildin' Out. Damn.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. But and that was it was good. Like I really, like Carl was saying, I really liked the episode. I liked the exploration of all the different things that she wouldn't be able to do on this earth. Like what they were saying on the podcast was it was kind of like a multiverse thing, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was cool. Like but when she got to the part with George or whatever, that was kind of like that shit kind of hit me when she was like um talking about how small she had to be to fit into her life and her role as
Mhm.
like a wife and a mom, and talking to him like like she said something to the effect of I thought you saw me, but you let me shrink myself, or continue to shrink myself or whatever. And I was like, well, damn. And I had a difficult conversation with my
Moment.
wife because I asked her, I was like, how do you feel like, or in what ways do you feel like, you've had to shrink yourself to be my partner and to be in this relationship and to, to have things work, between us. And yeah, it was so in some ways it was insightful, and in some ways it's like we talk a lot. We have a lot of conversation in general. But in some ways it was stuff that kind of I already knew, even if we hadn't really said it. And yeah, I feel like it's definitely something as men that maybe we don't always realize, or maybe don't always,
Take
I
in
don't know,
consideration.
acknowledge, yeah, or consider. But it's that I feel like it's something worth talking about. Um, and yeah, I mean,
I
it's
found
I
that whole episode interesting in the sense of that and how for her to transition in between, she had to say I am her
yeah,
name of
Hippolyta.
I am her name
I completely
Hippolyta.
forgot her name until you said that. I'm like,
oh
what
shit,
was her name? It was Hippo
Yeah.
something. And then you said when you said I am, I was like Hippolyta, and
But then
automatically
like
forgot.
when
yep,
she said I'm Hippolyta, then she went to the warrior
yeah,
tribe, and the warrior tribe was talking about how like men treat us like we're extras. I was like, shit. Uh-oh. I was like, wait a minute, do we? I had to think. I was like, yeah, we kind of do. And then I like they didn't have no like she's like how we don't have our own freedoms. We don't, the men think that we don't have our own anger, our own sense of, you know, establishment. And so it was kind of like the journey to get to it was it was interesting how like when the woman the being said, "Oh, you're not a person yet." And I was like, "What the fuck did she mean by that? She is a person." And like, and so it was interesting how she had to take those stages of being, you know, from going uptight to being herself and being, fun to realizing, oh, hey, you are somebody. You're not just a wife. You're not just a housemaid, but you're a woman with her own feelings, her own, And so that's interesting how you say when you had that talk with your wife about that she, she lets you know about, I bet, she lets you know about some things,
yeah,
to take consideration of. So like, because I'm saying is me as a person who hasn't found my wife yet, and I just think about that, like when you're finding a partner, like to some things you have to sacrifice, whatever, or you have to like uh give give and take.
yeah,
I'm guessing, and so, but with women, I guess it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot that we don't consider that we just you know
Most definitely.
yeah.
take
There's stuff
take.
that what I'm saying, like women are expected to do, and like even when it's like I don't know, like I can say to my wife, like I don't expect you to do X, Y, and Z, but it's like if somebody came to our house and it was, what I'm saying, looking crazy, they'd be judging her, not me. You know what I mean? And
True,
it's stuff like that.
Facts.
true.
What I'm saying, that it brings awareness to. Um, and then the part where oh shit, I just forgot what I was gonna say. So it was two things I was thinking about. It was one thing about the quote that they had in there, like when she went out as like Arithia Blue, and it was a quote from like I don't know, a poem or a book, and it was talking about how, you know, it was talking about black people, and it was like, you're not real because if you were real, you'd have rights, you'd have this, you'd have that,
They
and it
treat
was
you as
like, you
exotic.
can't be real because you don't have, your freedom essentially, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, damn,
When he said, but the interesting at the end, he said you're a myth, and I thought,
yeah,
damn. And I thought of one thing that is true is that back in Greek times, when they saw, I told this, I think told you about this before. I think I posted about the article too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It just
no,
it popped in my mind. Um, Back in Greek times, so you know the story about Medusa, right?
yeah,
So everybody knows Medusa, has snakes of snakes in her head that if you stare at her, she'll turn you to stone. So really, that actually is based off of an African queen warrior
oh, I didn't know that.
who, yeah. So she had dreadlocks in her hair,
Mm.
and it looked like long strands, looked like snakes. And she used to wear a mask that was that had a protruding tongue in the battle, and with red eyes as gems, or gems with red eyes in the mask. And when she go into battle, people would be so scared of her from looking at the mask that they would be petrified. And so that's where they got the whole myth about Medusa. And so I was like, damn. I was like, hmm. So it kind of got me thinking. It's like, weren't we were kind of considered myths and legends to other people when they came to Africa, or when they came to um when they first saw us, because they didn't know how to explain our features, our customs, our styles in different tribes. So I found that interesting that
Mm-hmm.
at the end he said we're myths. And you're right. It's what at that poem is true. Like we are, if we were considered people, we would, you would have rights, you'll have this, and that. You'd be considered as an actual person. When in most facts, some people don't consider us people.
Right.
And I think so. They're like, oh, well, they consider us dogs. I'm like, no, I think they're saying that because they don't want to admit, like, hey, not, they're not normal people. They're of an elevated sense of people that they don't realize of themselves. And I think that whole episode was kind of probing to that.
Yeah,
That
and I'll say like the mythical shit is still true. Like when like white people call the cops on black people, like they be calling the cops on kids, talking about, oh, it's a scary black man, and it's like this is a child you calling the police on.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, this shit is crazy. And if you know what I'm saying, if you ask somebody who doesn't know the stats, they'll be, I want to say something. It was something that I read a while ago, and they'll estimate that there's like 2 to 3 times more black people in the population than there really is because we're so scary, and it's just like it's wild. It's wild to to
yeah,
to think about. And like I mean,
yeah.
I Lovecraft Country. I love and hate that they kind of don't they leave you with the questions. They don't really tell you how to feel. They don't really give you like the answers. You know what I mean?
What makes you think? It makes you
Yeah,
think
it
and
makes
find your own
you think
answers. Yeah.
for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean
If
that's.
the,
Go ahead, Carl. My bad.
it would, I don't think it would be able to be, even though it's HBO, it really wouldn't be on television if you gave the answers. Because I think I hinted at this before. Uh, I don't see it. I don't see how real answers does not involve violence.
Mhm.
Like the economics is a key piece. Like I think like 90s, early 2000s is like you got to get your education, and you do. But I don't know. I don't know how much education changed Donald Trump's life, right? Uh, but millions and billions of dollars did change his life quite a bit, and
Mhm.
our lives by extension. So like the money part is a big part, but you you can't divorce the violence part out of it,
Yeah.
and how that should look. So if they're just like call your congressman and have some signs up and protest, and people should protest, and but that's it. Like that's the whole answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's unacceptable. So they're probably better off just leaving things unsaid
Yeah.
and you know provoke the thought and see what happens from that.
True. Very true. Uh-huh.
Do we know how many of the producers? Because I'm just curious. Because Lovecraft Country tells such a in-depth story of Black humanity, not only in just
Mm-hmm.
America, just in general. I'm wondering how many of the decision makers are actually Black
Well, I
with
think they
inside the HBO department for this show.
got you. I think
Would
the
Jordan
like the showrunner Misha
Peele is
Green
an
is Black,
executive.
right?
Yeah.
Jordan
Yeah,
Peele
Yeah.
is EP. I think one of the women from the podcast, Shannon Houston, she's Black. She's one of the writers, and I think she produced one episode, maybe this
she
one.
wrote.
Okay.
I think she did the last one. She wrote the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
there's, I
I
mean,
think
go ahead.
yeah, I think I'd be even more impressed if it was just not only Black producers and writers and stuff, but the white producers and writers actually contributing a lot to those storylines too, because it'll I think it'll be more of a collaborative sense. But that's just me. That's how I don't know. But yeah, I think either way,
The
like
color they could
everybody on
provide,
that show is
the color they would provide, I think would be interesting. Is if the Caucasian writers. It would be great if some of them were either from the South, or they could interview some of their parents and grandparents and get some real deal insights on what was going down. So there's stuff that made the news. There's stuff like what your grandparents told you happened, but there's still a whole bunch of stuff that still kind of was not said or wasn't in the public. That was like a thing that maybe was like a structural thing, an organization, something like that. And it would be great if those people could bring that kind of insight. That's what I'd like to
Yeah, definitely.
hear about.
It'd be cool if we had, like a behind the scenes, like after they finish and everything. It'll be interesting.
I think they have 2 episodes left or 3 episodes.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, man. All right, y'all want to get into this news? I don't think we got
Let's
a
do
lot
it.
of heavy news this week. We got,
A lot
uh,
of updates and stuff.
yeah, we got a lot of updates. A lot of the BRs getting updates. Spellbreak is up to version 1.1. I haven't played that yet. Beast, did you get around to playing? I think you or JD said y'all were
For
gonna play it.
for Modern Warfare,
No, for Spellbreak.
a Spellbreak. No, I mean I played it a little bit with with Darian, but it was just kind of Fortnite with spells,
Oh
really.
shit.
That's
Ah,
I was, and I was like,
damn.
I mean, I can kind of see what you mean there. I would honestly, I disagree with that statement, but
Wait, what is this so
it's
far?
not exactly like
Spellbreak. We're
Fortnite.
talking about
But I'm
Spellbreak,
saying
AJ.
it's not
talking
exactly
about
like
the
Fortnite.
aesthetic.
yeah,
Yeah, the
I wouldn't
aesthetic.
even say the aesthetic really. I mean, I don't know. I guess in some ways I can see that. I mean, I don't know. Spellbreak is definitely an interesting take on BR. I definitely think it maybe should have even kind of avoided the VR genre in general because it definitely has some very unique bones to it in regards to the gameplay, and how you can combine spells and how they work. I mean, honestly, if they would have, and I mean, this is of course like BR was definitely the more money driven, genre to go for. But if they were to put their engine into something like a like a MOBA or something like that, like if they were to put their engine in something like World of Warcraft, it'd be ridiculous. It'd be amazing.
I think if they did
But
like
I mean, yeah, I definitely enjoy the magic and the elements of that versus firing a gun. Aim is awful. It's hard to aim in that game for sure, and that's just not
you
me
got
saying I
click,
have sucky aim.
you
Which I know
got
I have
click.
sucky aim, but I mean, it was just ridiculous trying to aim a spell at anybody. Um, but I mean, just it was cool. You know, you could blend fire and toxicity together, and you know they create like a toxic firestorm, and you know you can blend like ice and lightning together, and you have a hailstorm with lightning firing from the sky. So like the cinematic of it all is beautiful. The battles are very intense. You can see them off in the distance, and I say again.
That sounds like my type of game. Think.
Yeah, I mean the battles are intense. Time to kill is difficult too. Sometimes you honestly just you get a little bit lost in the map because nothing really stands out. But I mean all in all, it's definitely not the best BR out there. But and in my opinion, it should not have been a BR to begin with. But I understand that the BR is the best market for it. But I could imagine that they'd most likely transition if they don't find success because their engine's good. And I think that's the best part about it. But yeah,
Who made it? Like it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Right.
It kind of
I have no idea. I've never heard of the game studio before. I do believe that they're pretty independent. I don't know how independent they are, but
Huh.
I have no idea who made
I
it.
want to say they're independent
They made their own game
because I had heard a lot about them in like early 2016 because they had released some game footage and stuff like that. And at that point, I do not believe they were a BR. I don't believe they switched to BR until like early alpha.
Yeah, because it's been in like early access for a while, huh?
Yeah, so they're definitely it's called Pro. I can't pronounce the company name, but it definitely seems like it's an independent, and it seems like their only game is Spellbreak.
All right.
That's cool.
Um,
Proletariat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it seems like
Hyperscape
a
is
relatively new company.
yeah. Season 2 coming to Hyperscape. How you feel about that?
I mean, all in all, Hyperscape it's been consistent with again, it's a good gameplay, just not a great BR.
Damn.
So
Have y'all ever won a match on there?
yeah, I mean, I'll win matches. It's just it's just like I don't know. It's a weird thing now with BRs, man. Like Apex kind of like it dominates the BR market. It really does. Like Apex has such a strong grip on it. Like it's Apex is the most well balanced BR there is, and they keep becoming more balanced. Even though there are things in Apex I hate, the community is toxic. The ranked matches are unbelievably toxic. Time to kill is ridiculously like not high but very low. And it's just so. And the skill of players varies. Matchmaking is a cluster F, but they're still the best BR in the game.
Yeah, definitely the most fun, I think.
Yeah, and so
Just
like
the downtime
Hyperscape,
is way fun.
Yeah, and so they just have it hard knock life for those guys. But I mean Hyperscape still. I mean I'll play a few games of Apex and get utterly pissed and just really enjoy myself playing Hyperscape because even if I don't win the game, I enjoy running from rooftop to rooftop. I enjoy. They have a gun called the Protocol. If you max out, it's like there's only sniper rifle they have. If you max it out, one shot, one kill. And I mean, like it's hit scan, so there's no bullet drop off, and so I could literally be like blocks away from you. I've sniped a whole damn team before, and they were mad. Could I be mad?
Right. I think anybody be mad
Because
at that point.
you literally could just be jumping in the sky and then dead. Like because you understand, like the Protocol will rip your head off. Yep. I remember that game. You got completely sniped out the sky. And so maybe gun balance is a little bit off, but season 2 seems good, interesting. I mean, I'm glad they're moving forward. They have had some awfully inconsistent lobbies, which I think is not good for a BR to have long wait times for a game.
About Hyperscape,
especially Hyperscape. Yeah, for Hyperscape.
Yeah.
Spellbreak actually has some pretty decent packed lobbies.
Yeah, every time I watch y'all be in the lobby like trying to jump on that thing for like 5 minutes.
Oh, the top of that building.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, lobbies. They do not have the amount of players they claim they have, and I always find it funny because a game you can really tell their player base. I truly believe this by their Reddit. So like Hyperscape's Reddit, like one post could have like maybe 100 to 200 likes. Like any Apex post, like normally like their top tier Apex posts will be like 1.5, 2.k, 2.3, you know, like in
Jeez.
like a few minutes. So
Wow.
like you can tell like the community around the game.
Yeah.
And so
Hmm.
and like
Super
yeah,
sweaty.
and then yeah, Apex is super fucking sweaty. But yeah, that's all about Hyper. That's all I really have in my opinion. Hyperscape.
Now I think our only other
Happy
Hyperscape player is
happy
you,
moving
Beast.
forward.
Yeah.
Say one more
So
time.
how you feeling about this update? I said I think you're our only other Hyperscape player. I've only played it like once or twice.
And look,
And they're about to
I'm
come
pretty
out with this season 2, The Aftermath.
good. That aftermath better be something, cause it better be aftermath with some good shit, some shit.
It'll be afterlife.
Oh
Right.
shit.
That's what they should have called it afterlife, cause it's about to be Halloween. But that's
They
just
could
my
have worked
I
that
opinion.
out.
downloaded that game. I
Hyperscape.
had
Like
intentions. Yeah, I had intentions of like, let me play this.
I don't think you'll
Didn't
like it,
quite happen.
Carl.
Didn't quite
I think
happen.
it's
But
not only that it got so toxic so quick.
Mm.
Like it's so not
Sweaty.
toxic. It's not toxic in the sense of like, yeah, it just got so like it just
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not toxic in the sense that players will cuss you out. It's more toxic in the
yeah,
fact that even when you get into a lobby, you won't last long.
yeah. And be like, well, just get good. I'm like, well, if I got 15 freaking hackers in the damn game, all glitching like crazy, then
Like how am
what
I
do you
supposed to
expect me to
improve?
do? How am I supposed to improve?
Exactly.
Like, but I don't know. It's just like at that point, like I switched to COD. I was like, I just gotta go kill something.
Right. Just it's something
That's what
anything.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
Here's game go.
Battle Royale, like it's just the only game I feel like that manages that downtime and the actual like gunfights really well is Apex. Like the pacing in there. Like I love just going around and looting. I don't even like the movement on there is so much fun. Like I love all the weapons because I love Titanfall. And I don't know. Like I feel like that's the only one that really like keeps my attention. I feel like the battle royales with COD is just always like there's a lot of downtime and the looting isn't fun. The buildings aren't fun. I mean it's impressive technically, but like just like the downtime is just I just don't care enough. Like
So
at that point, I
Yeah.
just wanted to just shoot somebody, and I'm like, oh, let's just go over to TDM.
yeah, I hate TDM so much, especially on
Yeah, TDM is
hardcore.
bad. It is bad.
TDM
It
on
is definitely bad.
hardcore is people just camp because
Yeah,
there's one shot. There's no damn radar. So I'm like, this man could be sitting right here and it doesn't tell. It didn't, the kill cam doesn't come up, so you can't tell where they're at.
Yeah, that's the
So
worst.
yeah.
So we got Apex getting crossplay. They're going into beta on the
Finally,
about
6th.
damn time.
Woo! It's
finally,
about
man.
time.
That's what
Like
I'm
I'm
talk
excited.
saying.
about a
I'm
rejuvenation
gonna
of the
be back in
game.
there.
Are you?
I'm gonna be
Oh
back in
Like
yeah.
I
there.
look forward to that.
I'm playing on
Yeah,
PC. I'm playing on
yeah. I'm
PC.
playing on PC too.
I'm playing on PC.
Playing on
Yeah.
PC is like
It's so much
butter.
better.
Is
Like
it?
Pure
I
butter.
played
Yeah,
on
it's
Yeah.
just butter.
PlayStation. I played on PlayStation. I felt like I was sticking.
Oh
Like
damn.
every
Yep.
Yeah,
time I tried to move, if I tried to move quick, it would stick and then it would go. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
I'm like, what's
pure
going
butter.
on?
It's so
yeah,
much
Yeah.
better. Yo,
yeah.
quick offshoot from this.
Mm.
Suave shadows are like, especially in our area, are getting updated, like getting activated within like a day. Um,
I might have to watch.
so not sure if you want to try jumping on it, but they've been getting updated a lot faster since the new
Damn,
CTO
within
went in
a
place.
day. Yeah, I might have to
Within a
Hold
check
day.
that
up,
out.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do they have
yeah,
Linux
they,
yet?
yeah, they have. Well, what do you mean by Linux? You mean like hard Linux, like Red Hat, or like
No,
iOS?
like Ubuntu.
Ubuntu? I don't think they have Ubuntu.
I don't think they
But they
do.
have Red Hat?
Not Red Hat. They have
CentOS.
Mac.
Oh.
Okay.
Um, I mean, they say they
Yeah.
have Linux. I
Oh,
just never
Carl,
actually.
you talking about in the cloud? Do they have like are they running Ubuntu or?
No, like, do they offer you a Linux desktop?
Oh shit. No, I don't think so.
Oh,
From what I
Oh
was looking at.
no!
yeah, this
It's
is
just
they got
I think it's
Windows.
yeah, I was about to say I think it's just they only offer
just
Windows.
Yeah,
PC.
no, it's. I mean, because their ultimate goal is cloud gaming, right? Like
Yeah.
you get a full spec out Windows PC, which I've done some dev stuff on just for practice, but the main goal is
Get them games going.
gaming.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not really a
I'll see it, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, I'm happy for Apex to come for cross-platform. They've
yeah.
been teasing it for a while. I think it's
Yeah,
something that will bring new life to it.
bring a lot of people
Um,
back.
Now here's the thing though. I hope they
bring a
don't
lot of
have
people
it to
back.
where
What'd you say, Jay?
I hope they don't have it to where you're playing against PC players if you're on
Oh, you
console.
are.
You are. I
Yeah.
mean, I think if
You
you
got
turn
you. They
on,
say you can opt
yeah,
out.
yeah. I think if you, um, yeah,
Oh, so it's gonna be,
what he said.
so I guess it's gonna be like COD. Oh, okay. Well, okay,
Yeah, it'll
okay.
just be like everything else. You
All right.
know.
Right.
Like, I think it's if you play with a friend who's on PC, you will be put in PC lobbies. I think you'll be put in mixed lobbies. I think that's how it's
Yeah.
gonna go.
Mm.
But I think it's gonna join their player base. I think more people will probably come to it. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think ranked will become even more sweaty than what it is.
I don't even mess around with rank.
To be honest, I need to stop doing it myself. But public matches become so sweaty because public matches you get these predators who just crush the freaking lobby. It's like that's like literally my only gripe with it. And I'm not saying like I'm a suck ass player and like I know people will be like get good, but I'm just like
No, I
it's
feel you. I feel
like
you.
it's
You just sometimes you just want to
Those
like just
Yeah, chill and
enjoy,
play.
chill. Yeah, like you
yeah,
don't
but
want
you
to
those
can't
be.
because
Predator
like you're
players
just
are
like
bots though.
you have these guys who chase your soul down. Like it's
Yeah,
ridiculous, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes those Predator players are bots though. Like I've gone against Predator players that like in a one-on-one fight they suck, but if they have their team there, then
Yeah.
they were like, oh yeah, I'm the and like they'll start teabagging. I'm like, bro, one-on-one I downed you 5 times. If it wasn't for your
Yep.
teammates, you'd be dead too. So like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
and I don't know what Apex is like. I feel like if you're in Predator, I feel like if you're a Predator now, there's only a pubs for Predators. Like I
I
think
agree so much. Like
if you
pubs
establish
is
a
so
server,
polluted.
yeah, because once you mix, because then you're gonna lose players. It's kind of like how, well, I guess no, because like in Halo they had the same thing too. Because you got
Yeah, because
half.
you could you imagine like PC Preds? I mean, even like comparison PC Preds versus like PlayStation Preds or
Oh,
like
you're
Xbox
not playing
Preds.
no more. PC, PlayStation, Xbox people, they'll quit
Yeah,
because there'll be a whine a bunch of bitches. Like most of them are. So
I don't like that's the so playing on PC. I usually like I'm always controller, and I don't feel like even when I'm playing people that are using mouse and keyboard, I don't feel like I'm at a major. I don't even feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Like I feel like
no,
Yeah, it's comfortable.
I'm straight.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm
yeah.
straight. Like it's like oh, like I'm like when I play Halo on PC, I'm playing with a controller, and I was actually playing on a PS4 controller one time, but
Mm.
y'all didn't hear that. And I was actually doing really well, and I was like, oh shit, like I mean, like this whole like, I mean, of course, like you know, I don't know. I guess I'm not in the belief that
Mouse and
mouse and
keyboard
keyboard
is.
players are better.
Right.
It's not that I would say the keyboard's better. It's the mouse's input is better.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
aiming with a mouse is, and
Oh,
if you have good reaction time, is more efficient and quicker than aiming with analog sticks.
Well, the
yeah,
muscle control is different. You're not just depending on a finger to aim. You're using your entire hand or your
Yep.
wrist or whatever.
yeah.
Like it is a little bit easier. Or if you're, I guess you're using the little trackball sometimes. But even that stuff, right? Like even that kind of stuff is
Yep.
a lot easier to manipulate.
yeah,
What
I
about
think
Exactly.
yeah, because like when the Corsair one I use, like well, when I didn't play PC keyboard and mouse, I was like, when I was sniping, I was precise. I was like, damn, why am I so precise like this and that? And I thought about it because like when you're moving certain fingers, like they also move too, and so like
Yeah.
so you gotta train that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. So, y'all saw the Microsoft Flight Sim is getting like a updated look and feel of the United States. Like they're getting some
Which
like
is
high
insane.
quality photographic stuff in there.
I think that's a
Yeah, I
bad
just want to
idea.
know if you can like, if like people could sign up to like actually live in the sim of the United States and leave the regular version behind. Like they just
Hey,
updated
for
the
Full
real.
sim. It looks
dive
good to me.
activate.
Like it really looks good to me. I'll take a. I mean, if y'all just
Air
handing out
quality
tickets,
looks good.
I mean, it looks good. You know what? I didn't see a single dead black person in the sim. So
See, there you go.
already
Done.
in the
Exactly.
simulated America, that's how you make America great again, right there. You simulate it
There
because
you go.
it's not happening in
Just
reality.
programmatically remove the oppression.
Uh,
I've done it again.
That's
Exactly.
the only way, man.
Again. I'm not
Oh
lying.
shit! So y'all looking
A
forward to
very
that?
random piece of information.
Go ahead.
Apparently, Model S Plaid version is available for ordering on the Tesla website. So
About to pick that up, Carl.
you guys are, I'm a little ways off.
Mm-hmm.
My time shall come, but you guys should go ahead and scoop it. Let me know when you pick it up.
I
Have
wish,
fun with it.
Carl.
What you
I
got?
wish.
I ain't there yet.
I got
Yeah.
3 kids to feed.
Look, it
Those
only
little
it
They
only
bastards
can't eat
starts
eat.
at
Tesla.
134. It only starts at
How do you
134K.
know? Teslas might have edible interiors. There might be real leather in there.
Right.
That's
Just set
edible.
the kids loose in there, you know.
Leather is
Oh
just
God,
cowhide.
my
Everybody used to
kids
Ready.
would
eat that
never
when
get
they
in
were
that
starving.
car ever. Daddy, where you going? Don't worry about it. You ain't
139,000.
going.
Right. This is a
Basically.
solo mission, son. I can't.
This is single player
Oh
only.
shit.
No co-op.
Yep.
Sorry, man.
And then what else we got? Oh, so I was looking at this list of scary games. I know Creston wants to
Oh
play some
yeah.
on stream, and I'm just like, I don't know, dog.
Oh
I was
yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't Alan Wake
So
on that?
I was stressed just scrolling through that
I don't
motherfucker.
think so.
This man's.
Hey, I highly recommend. Let's see, which ones I play. I highly recommend Resident Evil 3. It's not scary. That game's not scary at all. Haven't played Layers of Fear. Resident Evil 2, there's when you first like encounter Mr. X, that shit is
First off, that whole
yes.
scene where you running for him in the damn uh hotel or whatever apartment, I'm like, no thanks. I'm done.
Duh. Those footsteps alone is the doom, doom, doom,
Okay.
doom, doom,
All
doom.
right.
It's just like okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. Um Until Dawn, I definitely want to play that.
That's why I
Uh
want to play for Halloween with everybody.
Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah,
you
I'm
be
definitely
on
down
that
on
shit
that.
too.
No,
Red Dead,
like we play as a group. It'll be fun.
yeah,
Who
I'm
can?
down.
Like that.
All right. Well, I
Red
guess it's just
Dead.
Beast and Knot and I doing the
I
Halloween
guess
stream.
it could be
Hey,
a group.
I'm
Nobody
down.
ever excluded two from a group.
I'm down.
You
I'm
know
down.
what? I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Layers of Fear on Xbox, I was like, okay, maybe, I can get with my little brother. We be going on adventures, and we can, and it never materialized. And like, I'm definitely not interested in playing alone. It's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is on here.
Outlast. Oh fuck no.
Red Dead Undead is actually really fun. I really enjoyed that. That's not scary.
That's too much dead.
Outlast.
It's too much dead.
Well, I mean, that's that's how it is. Outlast is too scary because I can't fight back. I don't like that.
Mm.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I will
That's
admit
not
that.
fun anymore.
You'll watch
Yeah, I gotta be
people
able to
get
fight back.
murdered. You'll watch people get murdered in movies. That's fine. But the moment you're in there, now it's now I can't fight
Nah, I
back.
can't do that. Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it.
Oh shit! Imagine playing that shit in VR.
Oh, Dead Space. Dead Space is that
I
shit is
can't wait
definitely
for
scary.
scary games in VR, like full immersion VR. Could you imagine? Like,
Oh, Resident Evil 7 in VR.
oh my
That
gosh,
shit.
like
I
the feel
literally
of
can
them
only do
grabbing your arm.
40.
Like,
Oh
could you
my gosh.
imagine that? Like, if like you can simulate like the claws or just like the
Why
like,
is
oh
that?
my gosh,
Why is that something you would want to imagine?
First off, they actually have a VR.
technology's amazing. I can't wait.
Y'all never did that.
The
Y'all
Void.
never did that ride in
The
Disney
Void.
World where the alien breaks out of the containment field and you're in those chairs. And they simulate breathing and you basically
They call it
feel all
Lilo and
kinds of
Stitch?
stuff. No, they
I was too
switched it with
poor for
Lilo and
Disney
Stitch.
World.
They switched it with Lilo and Stitch like about 5 to 10 years ago. I mean, I rode this ride when I was like, it's got to be 2 decades. All right, so like it was like back when Disney World really started to open up, and there's a ride, and you get in there, and you're going to another planet, and then you're not going to another planet. You're transporting the first alien from another planet, like first like sentient alien like us, right? Basically a human but green skinned and talking, and we're supposed to transport him to our planet, and another alien actually he intersects the beam or something, so we transport the wrong alien, and it's like a mix of like the whatever the aliens are, the xenomorphs. What are they called on the alien aliens? It's like a mix of that and like a cockroach, and it like the seats themselves are interactive. So like you feel him breathing on your neck because the seat is like blowing out air on your neck.
Oh Jesus!
And
I'm
there's
good.
speakers in it. You feel it shaking. It is intense to say the least.
Now I will
It's
say the
absolutely intense.
The Stitch ride at Disney World. My niece cried. She loved Lilo and Stitch, and after that, she cried.
Yeah, no, the Lilo and Stitch one had the same effects. It was just cuter because it was Stitch. It wasn't it wasn't like a giant, huge xenomorph looking.
no,
I mean, this thing is still. I'm still having nightmares right now. Like right now, the flashbacks are serious.
PTSD.
I was a child. I just grabbed this white lady's hand. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. We just held hands the whole time. We were like, this is it. This is how we died. We were in the front row. I didn't know who like she like we didn't even I didn't even realize we were holding hands until like the end. And she reached out. We just like this is it. This is how we die.
Oh man.
That's tough.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
real unity right there.
I went to Universal doing Halloween Horror Nights. That shit was fun.
Yeah, I've been to Halloween Horror Nights too.
It had the Walking Dead theme. That shit was dope.
Yeah, it's no. It's
I was
not.
upset
It's
though. I
never
couldn't
dope.
take a picture with the damn.
My little sister's into it, so I go, but I don't enjoy it. The only thing I enjoy is watching other people be as afraid as I am.
It was really fun. Like they had like people with chainsaws chasing you around.
Chainsaw guys, they're the worst because
Why is that entertaining? I don't
bruh.
understand that part.
It's
being
entertaining.
scared, it's like a roller coaster, but you don't have to leave the ground. Like that's why people like being scared. It's the same feeling, right? It's like, oh gosh, I could die, right? Like that's roller coaster, right? You're going down here, oh, weightlessness. This could be it, right? That's what roller coasters
I
are.
personally like to be reminded of my mortality as often as I possibly can be.
Right.
Somebody need to check on this man.
Halloween Horror Nights is like that for like 6 hours. You're just walking around, and every time and there are safe zones and there are scare zones, but they're like sandwiched in between each other. So you can't ever just follow the safe path. You have to walk through a scare zone to get to another place.
Yep.
And there's a lot of scary stuff there. It's all frightening.
They had a Resident Evil raccoon.
I was there for that.
Oh,
that shit was dope.
I missed out on
Yeah,
that.
that is freaky. They like their spot, like most of the time you're in a cage, like in like basically like fenced in area, so they can just jump on the fence, but there's one area that's open and you don't realize it because you're walking towards it and it's on the side, and one just runs right past you while you're walking over there.
That sounds perfect.
No, I almost died several times.
And then at the end they had it to where it opened up and like you had the police like firing on the zombies.
Yeah, there's a truck that just drives around the area and it just lets zombies out. Like you'll just be walking and then this truck with like flashing lights will just drive up, and you're like, what's going on here? And then the back just opens up, and zombies just spill out into the streets, like the regular streets. And then they just start walking their zombified bodies towards you. It's all
And
fun.
you're
It's
like,
great.
nah, I'm out.
That's
I'm
that's
out.
cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Lord.
I wish it was more interactive and they gave you like a gun to like
No, yeah, give me a gun. Then it
give me a
feels
gun to
different.
start shooting
It
zombies.
feels,
I
the
will.
worst is
I
like
would
it's not the big
pelt them.
zombies. The worst is the little girls. There's these little ladies.
Oh
They're about
yeah.
they're probably not taller than 5 foot. And so you're walking with your group, right? And you think, all right, everybody, if you keep your eyes in every direction, we'll never get, the thing that kills you is the jump scares, right? I can look at fake zombies and not feel fear because I know you're fake. But like the jump scare, I can't look at I can't be like thinking I'm talking to my brother and turn and it's a zombie. That's gonna kill me, right? And that did happen. Like this little girl or woman, she just walked in between our group like slowly, and we never saw her. Like we're all looking, like everybody keep your eyes on every direction. And she walked into the group,
So
and I
did
turned and
and
went, "Oh
looked
my
up at
god,
you.
what is that?"
Yeah. And
she
she's like,
and she
oh
does
hey.
like the slow head turn thing. I was like, "Oh, she's got this down right." There's
Uh,
there's got to be a training or an acting school for
yeah, I
that.
It
should have
reminded
tipped her.
No, no, she almost
oh.
got swung on. That's what I would have tipped her with all four of my knuckles. I don't advocate hitting women, but I'm just saying like the
Preston,
reaction.
Yeah.
Zombie woman.
it's like if Nicole turned
Jesus.
into a zombie.
Okay, gotcha. That's definitely easy to miss that.
Yep.
Just hearing this, I'm just getting angry on the inside. It just brings out nothing but rage.
Oh my goodness. I definitely, because I took my sister and her friends, right? So I was basically like the driver. So
The
I took
chaperone.
You're a
yeah,
shopper.
well they're all adults, but still like
The
needed to rent
the
they needed to rent
chaperone.
a van or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm chaperoning adults.
You took
So I
Brit.
drove them all down there. So about halfway through, I was like, I'm just gonna go sit in one of these restaurants that they have here with the overpriced food and
You gonna
just
pull the dad move, bring a newspaper.
So did.
Meet me
Well, I
back
had my
here.
phone, but yeah, same thing. Right, exactly. Call me when y'all
15
are ready
minutes.
to leave.
That's
But
I wish like I would apply to play Mr. X or Nemesis.
You too short.
I would love that. I know I'm too short, but I mean I can wear
it's a
You
platform.
gotta
stilts.
wear
I can
you
learn how to
gotta
wear
wear like
stilts.
5-inch heels. 5
Hey,
inch boots.
whatever it takes, I can play that role.
Boy,
All you gotta do
This
is walk
motherfucker
around.
just out to,
mm-mm.
bruh.
They actually had an
I
interesting
can't do it.
haunted house, the La Llorona haunted house. That was the most interesting one.
You talking about the Mexican one, the Mexican theme one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere near that thing.
I,
The sign that was like pointing to it was like, I was like, no, you're gonna die in there. That's what's gonna happen. Like
It
what?
took me like 30 minutes. Yeah. It's
that's what it
basically
looked like. I was like, no. I went
so
in one haunted
basically it's
house.
the
Yeah.
You're
myth
coveting
about
death.
right. He's like, no thanks. It's basically the myth about a woman who drowned her kids and then drowned herself. And so the myth of it is that if you hear her screams or cries at night, then she's coming to get your kids and take
All
them.
right, we're gonna
Take
we're
them.
gonna move on.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna
Yeah,
move on. So
appreciate that.
horror
Appreciate
club.
it.
Are there any other games on this list y'all want to play? Maybe we can get get some scream streams going for y'all.
Is Halo on that list?
Low light Halo,
Unfortunately,
Carl.
no.
Low light Halo.
Yeah,
Because I
we
see. I
get
think the reason is the fact that the lights are really low when we're
there.
playing.
You go.
Like anything could come up and kill me while I'm playing Halo.
Exactly. That's
Hey,
it.
Absolutely.
There you
Resident Evil
go.
7 is on Game Pass. I highly recommend it. Just putting
Yeah, I
that out
bet you
there.
do.
Your recommendations mean absolutely nothing to me,
They
Carl.
also got Alien Isolation on there too.
Especially when it's talking about scary
Nah,
stuff.
My
we ain't even.
my hard drive can't take games like
Yeah,
that.
we gonna leave that alone.
Can't
Uh,
Oh,
handle it.
did you talk about Modern Warfare's new update?
no. Oh yeah,
Tomorrow?
Modern Warfare did get an update.
And
They got what we
they
got?
have
A new weapon. We got new operators.
2 new weapons, yeah. Two
Yeah. Oh yeah,
new
two new weapons.
operators. They got the train station now for warfare that you can get on. Oh, so they got this new game mode in the battle royale called armored warfare. And so basically, you have a big ass armored truck with a 50 cal on it, and you have to. The only way you can respawn if that thing is alive. So if you destroy it, you have to go buy another one.
Oh shit.
So like, so I like was playing it. I'm like, okay, we good. I'm over here, it's like Mad Max this bitch. Like just shooting people. And this dude is just driving into the chaos. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We have to have this alive in order to
That
stay
sounds like
alive.
me.
I'm like, yeah, it sounds like you
Don't
got
let
like,
Crescent drive your Warthog, by the way.
oh,
I mean, that's a Halo thing, not Call of Duty. But I just feel
Right,
like
it's like
still. It's
I feel like it's
tangential.
Hey,
related.
we going right into the mix.
Yeah, don't let him
Hope
do
you
it.
ready. Put on that seatbelt.
Yeah, you're gonna
Uh,
get flipped immediately.
Jesus.
yeah.
So we
But
about to get full EA Play benefits on Game Pass on
Bow,
Xbox
It's,
bow.
Series launch day.
so
So we got
oh, so that means Squadron's gonna be free.
well,
ah,
so like what exactly like okay, so what is the benefit of EA Play? Is it just EA's Game Pass?
you get so
Or
you
is
I
it
Yeah.
think there's some games coming, and then I think you get discounts on something like 10 to
Discount.
20% discounts on
Yeah.
like new games, and then I think some of their titles are coming to Game Pass. I
I
don't
think
know if
it's gonna be
Squadrons is
DLC.
gonna be free. I don't think they mentioned
No,
I
I think
that.
it's
doubt it.
gonna be well.
it better
Yeah.
not be.
Is
Somebody
FIFA?
accidentally pre-ordered it.
A-
Other people
ac-
better not get it for free. Yeah, yeah,
but
my finger slipped.
right. Accidentally on purpose.
And
Uh,
it just randomly went to the site, huh?
right.
Yeah, all
So
that.
let's
Yeah.
see.
So is it
So
like
we
okay,
getting like 89 EA games is what this says. Let's see.
But nobody plays any of those games.
that's
Like
that is
I
that is
89, I didn't know
that
EA
is
had 89 games.
I'm
Not unless you're
that
counting
that's
all of the
why
Maddens ever.
That's why
yeah,
they're giving
that's
them to
why
you
it's
for
on
free.
there. Yeah. Yeah,
Like
because
Madden 95.
I'm looking at the list. It's like, okay,
Man.
what stands out to me? I'll play
Uh,
Rocket Arena for like a little bit, but that's already free on PC for Prime subscribers, and I still haven't booted that up. Need for Speed Heat. I don't care about any Need for
Okay.
Speeds outside of Hot Pursuit. Battlefield 5, we already got that. Way Out,
you could play
we
Anthem.
already got that. Oh my god, I already got Anthem. Unfortunately, I have Anthem. Burnout
Greatest
Paradise.
disappointment of my life.
Bruh.
Dog, I was so hyped for that shit too.
I was an
Like,
alpha tester. I was a beta tester. Like Anthem was what I was planning on playing Anthem way into like the end of 2020. You know, like
Yeah.
the greatest damn disappointment.
Your mistake was making a plan in 2020, but continue.
Points may
like
have been made.
I'm looking at all this list of games, and like all the ones I want to play are old, and I've already played
Right at
before.
this
But
point,
I
yeah.
would go back and play. Like I would go back and play Crisis 2, 3. I would play the old Battlefields,
Battlefront 2.
Titanfall.
Oh,
Um,
Titanfall 2 is on there?
Yeah.
yeah, Titanfall 2.
Oh,
Thankfully, I'm like
never played
that. Yeah, because I mean, like I hope that like reignites, people playing Titanfall again. Because I mean, Titanfall is like one of the best like shooters ever.
I tear people up with Titanfall, but
That is such a fun game. I really am
Facts.
like
We
you,
should
Chris,
play it.
disappointed.
We should.
Disappointed. Yeah, we
Hey, I'm
should.
down.
I'm
I'm
Yeah,
down.
we should do a
That game
Titanfall night
is
if
very
everyone has it.
entertaining.
I'm down. I
Yeah.
fucking love that
I mean,
game.
it's coming to Game Pass
Very
in a minute.
entertaining.
Hell yeah. Mass Effect 2.
Look like all the Mass Effects.
Yeah, so it's like all these things like it's cool, but it's kind of like I mean, if you haven't played any of them, I think it's a definitely cool, but like it's nothing recent. So, but I mean, you're still getting all these games for free though. That's the point.
Oh yeah.
That's
What?
true.
I hope to see.
I mean, Medal of Honor was good. I might go back and play that. But it's
Which one?
like
Which
you
one?
said, it's all super old.
Oh, the first
Which
one
Medal
was.
of Honor?
This is the first one, I think.
Oh,
They
like
have
what
all
they-
the crises if you want to play Crisis 1 through 3.
Dog,
You know.
Crisis is fun.
apparently the remastered Crisis, the new GPU could not keep up with.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
like
here. Why would-
I'm
yeah.
dead ass. Dog, they said that GPU was crashing for all the games. I was like, oh,
Bro, why
it
would they
must
do
have been
that?
a sign for us not to get it because I'll be highly upset if my shit started crashing.
Right.
Oh,
I play
that's
Mirror's
the
Edge again.
That's the the new GPUs, like they're so the ones that are outside of the ones that are being manufactured by other companies are like cutting corners, apparently with like the capacitors on the GPU, and that's what's causing a lot of
Crashes.
the crashes and stuff. Yeah, so they've been using like inferior materials. And so there's like a whole thing where people, whenever they're ordering like a new GPU, they're checking to see like, you know, what type of capacitors do they have on there. And so basically just wait till next year to get like let all this shit like iron out. Because it's going to be a shit show. And I'm wondering, like, even with the new consoles, like I wonder which one is going to like fail more than the other. I'm really curious on that, because there's always, especially at launch, there's always like the launch models are they're always the worst ones, just because, you know, they're the first ones that are being pushed out. And so I wonder which of those consoles, I wonder which one is gonna have the most problems.
Or
I'm
guess we'll see.
guessing PS5.
I'm put my money on
I'm guessing Xbox.
Whoa, why
Nah,
would you say
Xbox
that?
hardware wise has been like there hasn't
They've
been
been solid.
any. I think they're extra paranoid after that Red Ring
Mhm.
of Death shit. So
Like
they
you can't
take
come back from a
As they
second
should.
Can't.
round of
can't.
that.
Look,
yeah,
if you're known for slipping and falling, you walk a little bit more carefully. That's just
exactly.
normal.
That's very
You're
true.
like, I slip and fall all the
AJ
time.
with
Man.
the
I don't like
knowledge
driving
tonight.
I know, right? The
Over
wisdom.
Yeah,
here
yeah.
all
It's
monk like.
October. It's
Ah,
October. You know, it's the season to change around
yeah.
Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So
No, this is me all the time. Okay? Your ears, all of your guys' ears are finally open. That's what changed. I've been dropping bombs since y'all met me.
just how I've been telling y'all shit and y'all don't listen to me. I
Yeah, that's
feel it.
exactly what it is. But since it's October, y'all all changed a little bit. So
You the main one. Main one.
yeah.
But nah, I think I find it interesting too that how all these consoles are selling out, and I hate to say it, but like I hope like the PS5s don't like all have like hardware glitches to where people are like trying to get them back, and they're like, nah, it's like sorry, oh we came out with a new one that doesn't have the hardware glitch anymore, so then they gotta trade it now for a new one.
Oh, you know it's gonna be some of that. There's
I
definitely
would
gonna be some of
laugh so
that.
hard. I'd be like, you know what? I'm glad I wait till Christmas.
Because even when the PS4 Pro first came out, the first models of that giant, apparently like they just run like super hot, like the cooling isn't that great, and so like that's why the fans are like super loud on the first like model of the PS4 Pro.
Yeah,
So there's there's always gonna be something like that. Like it's always some sort of like manufacturing defect that
yeah,
they have to iron out over time, and like we're basically the beta testers.
yeah. And the PS5 is huge. I was like, damn, this thing is a
Duh, that shit. I don't
monster.
know where that shit's gonna fit.
it looks
I'm gonna put
face.
that joint outside. Just
You
run
just
a
get one
long
of those
ass
little.
HDMI cord.
You get one of those fake little like mini columns, and you just put it next to your TV, and then put it right on top. So it fits.
Uh, I
It
have
looks like an art piece.
so I have my gaming
That's like a
setup.
vase.
So I'm looking at like
Yeah.
so I have my setup in my room. I'm looking like, damn, where am I gonna put this? Well, it looks like the PS4
You
gonna
had to
have to
build
go.
a whole shelf on that joint.
I might have to build an undercarriage for it.
Yeah.
Some shit. But
I'm
Uh,
telling you, man. You just where do you put your vases, your vases? However you
right.
say that word.
in the
Where
front
do you put
room,
those? Where do you put those things? Put your PlayStation
Put
there.
your
in the
PlayStation right
front room,
next to it. There we go.
Problem solved.
I had no vase
It'll
Put
in
fit
some
there.
right in.
flowers in there. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You can disguise
Yeah,
it. Somebody break in,
you
they'll
can
never
really
steal
put
that
some fake,
motherfucker.
you can really put some fake flowers like around the top, and
Hell yeah, they got those
it
little
would,
little slits in the top. You know.
yeah, people wouldn't even nobody would even notice, and then you just like boop, turn it
Oh,
on.
that's an odd
There you
looking vase right there.
Mm-hmm.
go. Yeah,
Y'all stupid.
it's a Banksy. That's what it is. It's a
Y'all stupid.
Banksy.
So
And
Maurice asked about Mario Kart Live Circuit. I didn't realize this was a thing that was happening, but
What's that at?
they're
apparently
still supporting that.
it sounds like it's
That's the
they about to
mobile
put it
game,
out.
right?
No, it's not mobile. It's like you get a cart for your house.
Oh, the little with the little cart joint. Oh, I
Yeah, it's
got you.
$100. You get a cart, and then it's like an AR thing. Look like so
Oh, it's
you.
like Deep Racer, like Amazon's Deep Racer.
I never played
Where
that.
I
you
guess so.
so Deep Racer is like their AI program that they have where it's free in a sense. Um,
Hmm.
Well, you
where
know this
you
shit ain't gonna be free from Nintendo.
yeah. Well, the cool thing is that for Deep Racer you can train a model, right? And then you can bring that model to to the regional or circuit or whatever.
Hmm.
And if you get through it and it works properly and it goes through the track and have a fast time, then you can go to like Vegas and compete for the championship and get like a free admission to AWS.
So you're not actually controlling it. You
No,
just programmed it.
yeah, you program it with AI, with their logic
Oh
or
nah, so it's not
AI.
like that.
Nah, yeah, this is
This is like
yeah.
a physical cart you put in your house, and then you race on like an AR track.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Never
And I'm
mind then.
trying to understand how they're gonna like how's that supposed to work? Like where
That's
am I?
dope.
How many sizes of cart are you selling, and like where am I supposed to put this?
It seems like it'll be fun for like one day
Maurice said
and
you
then you'll
create
get
a
over
circuit
it.
in your house. Hell, like what? Can you imagine setting this up and then like having to put it away at the end of the night every night? Like,
I don't know.
So
Like
I hope they have a
it's
big enough one for big dudes.
I'm
no
saying.
no no no. It's you don't you drive it through your Switch.
Wait, what?
Are you driving? What?
So what do you do with
Yeah,
the actual
you
cart?
control. The cart is like you look like you're viewing it from your Switch. So you're playing like you're playing Mario Kart, but you're viewing it. You're controlling the cart through your Switch, and you can view where the
Oh, it's a remote. Okay, I see.
yeah,
I
it's
see
like a
what's
remote
going on.
control.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, that's interesting.
So yeah,
Okay, now I get it.
it'll be fun for a day.
Right. All right,
Like I think it'd be
that
cool for kids though. Like for
yeah,
sure for kids. Like
Yeah.
like
that would
for
be really cool.
hell yeah.
They did the Wii and they were like, look, how many times can we take reality and try to like just like
Bring the
make it
game
less real?
out. Right.
Yeah, it's like they want you to do stuff that you would normally do outside, but inside. Like
See, that'd be cool to have
like
tournaments with that. So,
they're like, let's be 50 feet
The
away
Wii
from
was
getting
ahead of
this
its
ring.
time.
It definitely was.
No, the Wii was behind its time. You were bowling, right? You could do that already. Like the Wii is
Jesus,
actually late. It didn't add bowling to
I'm
our
dead.
play
You know.
arcade.
All right.
Amazing.
So the last
You know
headline.
how you know it was ahead of its time? Like before we
How?
switch,
Yeah, go
both
ahead.
Xbox and PlayStation had to have like was just like, all right, y'all, make something so we can compete with these motherfuckers. Because
True.
like everybody's out here going ahead and buying a Wii. So then you have these suck ass PlayStation motion controllers. The
Saturday,
Xbox
y'all.
Connect was actually pretty dope. Not gonna
That
lie,
was
the
fun for a
tech
day.
was decent. That
Well,
was fun for a
the
day.
technology was really good. Like the stuff that
Yeah, the
people
tech was
were
dope.
doing with the Connect outside of gaming was crazy.
Exactly, it was
Like
crazy.
Yeah,
I think I saw like a video of somebody like they were using like the Connect to see like through walls
ghosts.
basically. Like you can use
Yeah,
Wi-Fi to kind of like you can use
yeah,
Wi-Fi to basically bounce signals, right? And you can actually see through walls. You can actually see somebody's heartbeat with Wi-Fi, right? So they were like looking through walls like X-rays, but using Wi-Fi. And I think they were using a Connect in that process. They do a lot of stuff with Connect. They did a lot of like science projects outside of
yeah.
Xbox with or
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
outside
use the
of
Connect
gaming.
to do to have a watch that was projected onto your wrist or
Hmm.
like a TV or something or like so you can use a keypad and will take the input. So basically have like a screenless phone
Mm.
using the
Right, right.
projection of the Connect. I thought that's pretty dope. They had a lot of projects. But anyway, go ahead, Suave. I know you're trying to continue on.
Oh yeah. So I guess the last thing we got for the news is Apple TV might be coming to Xbox, which is a little
Trash.
bit weird to me, but I guess it's
Hey, we got to make sacrifices somewhere to get that X Cloud on iOS.
man.
Basically, is this like the big FU to Epic basically by them like going like roundabout like allowing Xbox to do their thing
I think
on
that
the
could
Apple
be it.
architecture?
maybe like right, and then. But I guess also I'm wondering about how this is gonna fare for smaller players. Like Epic was able to sue them. Like and Apple Epic knows they can't win, right?
Yeah,
But they out here trying to do their thing, trying
they
to trying
trying.
to.
They trying. They trying to push that Fortnite weight around. They trying. They
But
trying.
it's like
But
smaller studios, smaller companies aren't going to be able to fight back in this way and might not be able to, what I'm saying, like acquiesce in the way that Microsoft can with bringing, Apple TV to Xbox. So it's like on the one hand, I want my xCloud, and I don't care what they got to do to get it. Y'all need to make it up,
hey,
make up,
I'm
shake
telling you,
hands, give me my shit.
one more sacrifice. It's gonna
He said,
be
"What
like,
was that?
yo,
What they gonna kill a
they're
goat?"
gonna
This
have.
nigga
It is
said,
October.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna be like, hey. So yeah, the Apple TV, right there. Throw that Apple Arcade on there too. Just like like the tit for tat. You know what I mean? Like you put it on
right.
our
Scratch our
platform,
back.
put it on
You
your
gotta
platform.
throw it.
It's only fair. It's only fair, right?
Microsoft should come
It's
back and be like, all
square.
right, I need y'all to submit every show as an app.
And it's gonna go through a rigorous process, which we review it, and then reject it because of our own personal standards.
They're like,
Yep.
nah, they're not.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I just hope that this is a step in the right direction. Like I said, this was it's a sacrifice that had to occur for us to finally have xCloud on iOS.
yeah, man. And I mean,
Look,
You have an iPad?
Yeah.
Google went a long way in trying to keep me on the Android side with the Pixel 5. I
mhm.
think that's a good value for price right there.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we should talk about the Google event.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
I like what I saw
Not really
there.
into it,
So
though.
I didn't even know there
balls
was a
in
Google
Apple's
event.
court if they want to.
It was like
They
20
were
minutes
kind of
barely an
sneaky.
event.
Yeah, they weren't trying to do a big Apple presentation and shit. They released like a YouTube video, to be
It's like
honest.
30
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it's
They
short.
live streamed 30-minute thing. And they talked about
Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff. It wasn't just the Pixel.
Yeah, they have like a pretty dope speaker now that I'm really liking the colors because we use Google Homes all throughout the house.
Right.
And then like the Pixel was good price, like good tech, good price. Honestly, if I hadn't already paid for my iPhone, I might think about it.
I think I'm still paying for the 438 or the 3A. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I love a good price of a phone that's good for the most part, good tech and doesn't cost an arm and a damn leg. Like I don't think I don't want to say I don't think I'd ever buy an iPhone outright, but like if I had to buy a phone outright, I'd most likely buy a Pixel just because the price is good, tech is good. Even though I do enjoy the iOS ecosystem, I'd rather pay $500 than like $1,200 for a phone and some shit. So like I couldn't imagine like that's the amount to pay for like a laptop or like a new PC in some cases. Like
Yeah.
so
Hell yeah.
I just yeah, but no, I mean Carl's right. Like the phone was good, tech was good. What else do they have, Carl? I know the speaker, the phone. I feel like I'm missing
The
something.
new
Oh, the new Chromecast.
Chromecast.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was.
It has. It's
You
back
can.
to Google
Oh, my bad.
TV again.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they
It
gave
was
it a
Google
really
TV,
weird
Android
long
TV.
name. I was like, why?
And
Like
the one who's
Chromecast
rapping
with
the whole time.
Google
Because they
TV or
don't
some
want to
shit like that.
alienate the Chromecast brand, but they want to also say, it's more than just what a Chromecast used to be.
So
Yeah,
they just want to.
so they're
They don't
like,
want to alienate it. They just want to muddy the waters. Like it's
that's Google though.
absolutely. So that
Like
was a
that's
dumb
exactly how
decision.
they behave. Like
true.
that's very normal for them. They
Oh
they
yeah.
they, they don't commit to anything. They just kind of like we do everything. They're Jack in the Box of software companies. They just have everything there. It's like you want tacos and hot dogs? They're here.
Yeah.
No, those
like
speakers are
them
dope. They
carryouts
definitely have
around
some
here.
good sound specs. All in all, I will be buying speakers here shortly. And then I'll probably pick up the new Chromecast for the living room TV. Because I hate smart TVs personally. So I try and find dumb
The
TVs as
OSs
much as
on
I
smart
possibly
TVs
can.
are
Trash.
Garbage,
Absolute trash.
garbage,
Yeah,
utterly
I read
security
on
holes.
yeah,
They're
and I read on Reddit you
afterthoughts.
can
You just throw 'em on there.
Run
Hackam
Game
easy.
Pass on the new Chromecast. My bad, AJ. What'd you say?
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
You can run Game Pass?
That's what I heard. I saw
Well,
the
yeah, I
the
mean,
man made a
it
video.
does
I
have
saw it.
access to the Android, the library,
Yeah.
so you can download apps. So, like, I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know if
about to
anyone
order 3
here
right now.
ever had. I don't know if you guys ever actually got the
Yeah, that's so
like
slick.
they only had it out briefly, but they had like this little black box Google had, and it was Android TV,
Yeah.
and like literally they copied and pasted the remote from like what 5-6 years ago
Yep.
onto this Chromecast remote. I kid you not.
Damn.
I mean, act like it's brand new fucking sugar, but it's not. They updated the colors, great. But even the OS looks very similar to the old Android TV OS.
Mm.
But yeah, you could download anything like from the app, like from like, and that's what I'm saying, like from the Google Store, Android Store on the TV, like you could download any damn thing that you wanted to.
Dang, dude.
Yep, and then and then
That could do
NVIDIA
it to me
TV
right
uses
there.
Android
That could do
TV.
it to me.
Video shield, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, hey, Apple, balls in your court, because
You can even put Shadow on Chromecast.
Oh yeah, because you can download the Shadow app, right?
Yep,
They
and
gotta
you can
try
play
this
it.
shit out, 'cause Tech, and
I can like.
they better be giving you money because you are an unofficial.
Yeah.
Like they must be.
Yeah,
they
you
probably
We
are.
don't-
finna get a
Telling.
sponsor
We need
from
it.
Shadow over
We
here.
need a
Like, I
sponsor.
kid you not.
Hey, I'll be
First
down.
off,
But
if they
listen,
if
gotta
they
hit them
say,
up.
hey, we want a partnership with y'all,
No
we'll
problem.
give y'all all. I'll be like,
Well, JK,
bet,
we gonna split your cuts.
bet, we'll split.
We each gonna get 1 and 1/6 shadows.
Damn, I'll be like, damn, bro. Well, it's better than nothing.
No, but they do
So-
have a horrible marketing platform. Like,
Yeah.
but like they do be putting on like the most random YouTubers because like, you know, that's their content. Because like so many people just don't know about them. It's great tech. They just don't have a good marketing platform.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
Shadow Tech
Because
is
I
not the
never
best.
heard about it until you said something.
Yeah, Shadow Tech is not the best name for. And then usually the marketing of kind of be in the shadows, like, oh,
Right.
oh.
I might
Hey,
slide
we
into
got
their
this.
emails. I might slide into their emails.
Might have
Who
to.
knows?
Hey, they need all the
get
help
it
they can get.
done.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So
Like, hey, we got this podcast. We'd be willing to, go in partnership.
Hell yeah.
all
Just
right.
slide us all some Shadow accounts. We'll run games on them nonstop. We'll stream every Thursday.
Facts. So y'all ready to move on to the topic of the week?
This
Yep.
bullshit.
All
Even though
right.
I'm
I
Oh
don't know what to
man,
talk
it
about.
is
Bullshit.
some bullshit. So
I kinda-
CD
They got to
Project
work.
Red. You are a slave driver. Hey, somebody, we gotta call somebody for you. CD Project Red, they've been pushing back Cyberpunk 2077, right? They pushed it back in April. They pushed it back in September.
They push it back one more fucking time. I'm gonna lose my shit.
It's
We
been
can
like
wait.
delayed like three times,
I
right?
can't
Yeah,
wait
it's been
any fucking
delayed
longer.
several
Talking about
times.
last
Nothing.
year.
Hey, look,
Like,
it's 2020.
2020
I don't.
has been a shit show. I'm not waiting until literally 2077 to play this fucking game. I'm kidding you. I'm not waiting any longer.
Well, your kids gonna be grown with their grandkids playing the game.
Facts. But yeah, so they're
Basically.
talking about because they want to release it, they don't want to push it back again. They're talking about instituting this, fake not
Overtime.
mandatory overtime, talking about people got to work 6 days a week after saying like they would not do that. And
Yeah.
so it's like, what the fuck is your, like, you've pushed it back so many times. We can wait. Everybody except Tech can wait a little longer,
Nope.
so that these
Nah,
people
go to
can
Reddit.
go home on the
Go to-
weekends.
Go to the Cyberpunk Reddit, and I promise you, I'm not the only one who has this fucking
Nope.
idea.
I feel like that's not
I
that's not the shoring up of your
The
argument
Reddit-
that you think it is.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
I was gonna say,
Reddit
Reddit's
has me
last
talking
one.
about these developers like they dogs. I swear to you,
Oh,
they just be
Jesus.
like.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
I mean, I might joke. Like, definitely, I don't want them to have to work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I just want my fucking game. Like, release some updates. I don't care if I have to download a package.
You
Like,
will.
just-
You weren't there for
yeah,
that.
it's
First
gonna
off,
be
First
Because
off,
when
Tech,
Master
you
Chief
don't
first
want it
came
to
out,
be like
Preston
Wasteland.
almost died of heartbreak.
You don't want it to be like Wasteland 3 with Suave and have a glitch.
Oh my god,
Oh
bro.
man.
No, you don't want to have that shit. So at least have the base skeleton game done to where you can progress through anything.
Wasting my damn
Even if you
time.
look like shit, like just let it progress through everything.
Yeah, let it.
I just need my
Let
game. I just need my
I
game.
mean,
You sound like
I
you
just
fiending over there. Like you good? You got? We
hey,
got so many good
I want my game
games.
too, bro. I want my
the
game
fi-
too, bro.
the
nothing
finances are
is.
on your side, Tech, because like
Mm,
financially they got to make their money now. Like they
true.
spent. I mean, this
Yeah,
game has been in development for so long. Like
I mean,
the
I
tech in
pre-ordered
there,
it
the
months ago. I've never pre-ordered a
yeah.
game and just waited.
It was
Like,
it was $50 on Amazon for
Mm.
Xbox.
hmm
And I was like, shit. I canceled my pre-order for Steam. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play on the Xbox so I can get the free update to Xbox One X or it's Xbox Series
Serious,
X.
yeah.
hmm
So
Yeah. I don't think they will delay it again.
Yeah.
Just
I don't think
purely
so
out of the
either.
financial reasons. That's why I think they are crunching because like somebody in the upper management is like, yo, man,
Yeah, they can't
we
afford
run
it.
out of money.
Yep. Ain't no
Like
more
we gotta
runway. Drop it.
yeah, like we gotta drop this joint. So y'all gonna have to like to
I gotta
get it,
start flying.
y'all gonna have to like polish it to a point where y'all feel like comfortable enough to let this shit go out. But like
I mean,
we
based off of the gameplay, I mean, I just don't see what else they're working on. I just, unless like,
Remember
I
they took
really,
out a
yeah.
lot
I
of
just
I
features.
mean,
don't see
but
what
you gotta
else.
also think it's a curated like view of what you can see. So of course,
I
like
mean,
they're not
yeah.
gonna, you know what I'm saying? So they could be like, oh, that wall over there, you could just walk through that. So don't even look over there.
You
Like
said don't even
this
look
this
over there.
like there's specific rule. There's like specific instructions of like what they're showing you. So
Turn to the left
always
and it's
keep
like
that in.
digital
Definitely that
construction
beta.
workers like, oh, what are you?
Yeah, like just exactly. So like keep that in mind. Like the ship may look like
Ugh.
it's like polished and ready to go, but like it is highly like curated. So like don't. So I mean, a game like this, like of course, I think they're really just trying to avoid. I think there was like The Witcher 3 had a lot of problems on launch.
Yeah.
So I think that they're just really trying to avoid that. But I mean, this is like this comes with the territory with these big ass games. Like these
Hell
things
yeah.
are. I mean, there's so much. If you build all these systems and all these things to do, all these like damn near infinite possibilities uh of playing the game, like you're gonna have like a shit ton of scenarios that are just
Yeah.
you just have to like try to get it as perfect as possible because there's just so many different corners to try to shore up. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't think they're
And another thing,
TDDing, man.
and also too, like that most of motherfuckers on Reddit aren't coders at all. They're just some whiny little
of
bitches.
course not. They're
So
not. They
like, so for them to say, "Oh, I want my game," and I don't care if they have to work damn near 8 hours or 8 days a week. Oh, I just want my game. I'm like, bro, you don't realize not only are they developing this game during a pandemic. Well,
dog. You're speaking logic right now. Like that doesn't apply
I
in this
forgot.
To Reddit.
this
Right.
instance. Like it's purely like um. I mean,
Emotional.
it's yeah. I mean it. And to be all right, to be honest, like it is. I mean, you got to also think about like the way that they're hyping this game up too, like the marketing behind this. Like the marketing is working, so
Yeah.
people are emotionally invested in playing this game. So the fact that they're saying like, well, I don't know, we may have to delay it again. That like that's gonna like get people mad, like because it's
Yeah.
like fuck. I want to
Outrage.
look at Tech. Like this motherfucker
Yeah.
is going through withdrawals right now.
For
He
real.
turned like
Feeling it.
all sorts of
He started
shades
clapping
of
like
red.
a battle rapper. He's like, if I don't get my game,
I'm dropping
he's-
bars.
I have been following since like what 2012 when they originally dropped. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of the cyberpunk genre. I really am. I just like I can't tell you how many times I've rewatched Blade Runner. So like
Yeah.
I love it. I played the tabletop game with my uncles growing up, and so it's just I absolutely love cyberpunk genre, and I love the cyberpunk like game, like the lore and stuff like that. I absolutely love it. So yeah. I mean, I as a developer, I know for a fact I don't want anyone to risk their health whatsoever, and I know how hard it is to meet those deadlines. But man, yeah, it's just I don't know if like it just wasn't planned correctly. Like if they like you said,
It's a
Gressman, maybe they
massive
said
project.
yeah,
Well,
it's
It's
they
a
a
were
massive
massive
project,
project.
back,
It's
you
a
know.
so
massive.
like
They're creating history,
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Like this
right,
game can literally like be one of the like it's like one of those milestone games. Like when you like 10, 15 years later, you look back and be like, oh man, remember the PS4 and with Cyberpunk and shit like that and blah 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 and be like, oh man, like Cyberpunk is when X, Y, and Z, like when we started seeing more of this and this and that, just like
right,
how like Super Mario 64 was, like how that
Yeah,
Oh
changed the
yeah.
world. So this is like one of those games where we know that it's gonna be quality because CD Projekt Red is like, you know, one of the better developers out there, and The Witcher 3, everybody has played that, loves that. Um the Witcher series in general, like so this is just like it's a potentially historic release. So I understand that them like wanting to get this right and putting in the extra work, but upper management is just like, yo, man, y'all motherfuckers, y'all gotta get
Drop
this shit
the
out there.
game.
Yeah,
Drop it. Release it.
well, it's a
Yeah.
pivotal. Not only is a pivotal like moment in gaming history, but also it's going to be a new gold standard for
yeah,
television games. So
yeah,
like, so when people come out games, they can't come out with bullshit games that's not at
What if
least
it's
on
like?
par with
What if it's
Cyberpunk.
trash?
yeah.
What if it's trash?
What if it's trash?
Sheesh.
Like
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
what
a
I'm saying. Like
possibility. I mean, we thought the same thing was gonna happen with, like, I
With
mean,
Ant-
like Maurice said, like Anthem. Um, I mean, it's BioWare. EA is backing. I mean, they have the funds of EA. Um, like everything was kind of like, all right, this shit's gonna be tight. Like it looked tight. But it just
Say
didn't
they developed
deliver.
the game for until like
Yeah.
6 months before launch.
Yeah, it never
also
it was never
yeah,
cohesive.
yeah. I mean, and to be honest, they got immediate like one. The developers didn't handle the backlash well whatsoever. They stopped. They basically shut down and stopped doing communication as far as Anthem is concerned. They kind of went into it like a turtle shell. Um,
Hmm.
Not kinda, they did. Um, and it was just like people kept complaining about not enough content, and they just did not handle the complaints well. And as complaints build up, people will complain. Like it just
Yeah,
and it will
yeah,
tank your game. Like,
Yeah.
and I honestly, like I said earlier, you can judge a game like by its Reddit's community for the most part. And Anthem's Reddit community is still very active. Like now that people have not stopped being so toxic about the game, because that's what happened. Like it got very toxic very fast. Like for some reason, they got lit up in fire by the gaming community and were branded one of the worst games to ever launch. But like all in all, the bones are good. Like,
yeah. The
like
game, yeah,
the,
yeah.
in my opinion, I still think it's a better game than Destiny. Like I
I would
still
play that
can't
over
sit there.
Destiny.
Yeah, I
I
would
would play it
still
over
play Anthem
Destiny.
over Destiny. And
Yeah,
so that's just yeah, it's a fascinating to me. Like they just it's there's a storm of fire they got caught into. I'd love to like study that more. Like if I was like more into like the marketing and that data aspect of it, I'd love to study that because Anthem had everything going right for it. And then out of nowhere, like 2 weeks flat, it just burned completely. And like,
yeah,
yeah, they had buggy lobbies, they had some bugs and issues and stuff like that, but that can be fixed as long as you're being communicated with your community. But the community
yeah.
got so angry so fast. Like I've never seen a game get demolished that quick by a community before.
Well, actually, the precursor to that was No Man's Sky. When that first
Oh
oh
came
yeah.
yeah,
out,
Yeah,
everybody
they
Facts.
were
That's
fucking
fact.
hated that game. Hated like the people that were making it. They were getting death threats and all types of shit. And then they just like
that's
they
That's
ceased
wild.
communication, and just like went heads down and just like reinvented the game and like reinvigorated and re-released it, and people love it now. And so I think that's what what's the name? That's what the Anthem team is really trying to do. They're trying to have that redemption moment of like yo, like we spent the last, you know, couple years just putting our heads down and just really building on top of what we had for Anthem, and now we feel like we've reinvigorated it. So here's Anthem 2.0, blah 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 blah. You know, have at it. And so that's what they're working on. I think like I think we all agree like the gameplay in that shit was fun as hell. But it's
So
just
much
like
fun.
it just felt like unfocused. And it was. So and once they just narrow that shit down, I mean, like even the enemies on there, like those what are those things called? The Titans or something? Like
Oh yeah.
like fighting them, like that shit. That's what grabbed. Like
So,
the first time
yep,
I saw those motherfuckers like on the in
fighting
those
that big
in
ass
trail.
spider.
Dog, I was like, yo, this shit is like, cause I love I don't know if y'all played Lost Planet 2.
Oh yeah.
No,
Like
No,
that
but
game
Was fun.
that game was so much fun. It was the controls on there were trash, but um like the fact that you're just like fighting these big ass monsters and you have like your whole squad, like I'm waiting for a lot like a reboot of like the Lost Planet series. I hope that they take that. But Anthem was like that step forward. I was thinking, I was like, man, like this is what I was hoping that Lost Planet 2 was, but they added flying. And it's like that, like this shit is just the shit on paper. It
and
is like,
like the
yo, this
map
game should be the
was
best thing
beautiful.
ever.
Right,
Yeah, the
like the
oh,
graphics.
map was beautiful. The graphics were
Ah,
straight. Like the
so
flight
nice.
mechanic was amazing. Like I
I
just
love flying
on
now.
paper it should have been the fucking best game ever. Because
yeah.
I remember like there'd be like times where I would just fly around the map for like 30 minutes just because I freaking loved how beautiful the map was.
Take my that example I used before, right? Go 10 years back to your, to your past self and be like, all right, one of these games is going to be the biggest game in the world. So put Fortnite up against Anthem and be like,
Yeah.
and look and be like, yo, like one of these games is going to be like the
Only
best
one.
ever.
I
Right.
would have picked
Only
Anthem.
one. And everybody's going to choose Anthem. Like, yo, what the fuck is that? What is
There.
that? Like Fortnite, what the fuck is that? They're like, nah, man, Fortnite, that's the best. That's the most popular
I
game
would
in the
have
world
picked
right now.
Anthem. Yeah.
Myself would have looked at both of them like, okay, this game looks more fun, but what's this game about too? I would look at them.
This nigga Murray's
Nah,
talking about
I wouldn't
Farmville. You
even.
know what?
You done? Goat Simulator.
Hey man,
Ghost.
Yeah,
Hey, you know, y'all out of pocket. PC gaming eliteness. Right.
yeah.
Oh man. Well,
But I think all in all, I think as we're all of us are, in the tech field, and we know crunch, and we know how this shit can get super stressful, and
for sure.
it's unfortunate. But I think, like I said, like I think it's out of their hands. Like this game is too big and too they need to start making that money back. That game is probably super expensive. So
And they said the pre-orders were low too.
mm.
Oh
The
damn it.
pre-orders.
Yeah, because they keep if you
it
keep
was like
delaying
Cake
it,
and one other guy.
yeah, like if you keep delaying it, um,
Because they
that's what's
lowered
gonna
the
happen.
price.
People
I
are
can't
losing
stand
trust.
you sometimes.
They
So yeah,
they even lowered the price on Amazon
Damn.
for the
How you
pre-order.
lower the price on the pre-order? It ain't even.
Nah, it
Oof.
was
Look, man.
$49.94.
I think people are being smart this time. They're like, yo, man, like I thought this game was coming out early in April, and now this shit is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
it's
we're
taking
in
forever.
fucking yeah. So I think people are just wising up for once.
Why
Yeah.
pre-order
And
when I can just buy the game when it comes out? When there's no
yeah,
like,
like it's
yeah.
really it's honestly no point in pre-ordering a video game. Like I can understand
Especially if
hardware.
there's
I
no
had
full
just
release.
missed
So, yeah.
the like
Actually,
the figurines and stuff. Like so when I had pre-ordered, I had just missed like I was in line to get the
oh, to
stuff
get
like the figures and stuff.
yeah.
But they were completely sold out on GameStop when I was doing the pre-orders. So
Mm.
So that
You
was the
know
shittiest
what?
thing. That's the only reason why I did it, because I wanted the samurai figure.
The
Oh, shit.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you pre-order on Xbox, you can get it to download like once it's the day of. So I get
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Like if you're just like you don't want to think about downloading, you just want to play it as soon as it's out. That's cool.
Exactly.
Like for pre-ordering if you're gonna do digital. But you're right. If you're just talking about like I want to like make like I want to get this game before everybody else gets it, that's gone because the game has been
Yeah.
it's
There's
digital.
apparently so there's like this feature on, I think it's the Xbox app, where I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently what you could do is kind of like how you said with pre-ordering, but you can basically get a game, you can download it on your system, and if you go out and get the disc, like say, okay, all right, here it is. So if you buy the physical copy of a game, apparently on the Xbox app you can basically like pre-download like maybe like the game or something, and all you do when you put in the actual physical copy is that you just unlock it basically.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
that's
license fee.
yeah, that's like I've heard. I don't know. I haven't seen like the official press release on that, but that's like apparently like one of the features on this new Xbox app
True.
for your phone, something like that. So just putting that out there. Another
Yeah.
reason why you should buy
It
Series
just
X
happened
over
to come
Another
PS5.
reason you should buy
that
Xbox.
it just lets you
I just
download
think that
and then it doesn't let you play until you provide some kind of ownership, whether it was a pre-order, you bought online, or a disc or something like
yeah,
Got you.
yeah,
Got you. All right.
that.
tight.
Which is fantastic.
Yep.
All right. That's all we got for y'all this week for as far as the podcast. Thanks again for joining us. Definitely let us know what you think about the discussions today, or if there's something you haven't seen us talk about that you want us to cover. Follow us at Blerdimension everywhere if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We're gonna take a brief intermission. We're gonna switch everything over. Tonight we're gonna play some Halo and we're gonna play some Soul Calibur since AJ
What?
clearly wants to be knocked off his throne.
What?
And make
AJ,
sure
Hey,
y'all
you're
write in the comments.
and if you look
If
over
y'all
Christian's left shoulder, you will see a PlayStation 5.
make sure y'all write in the comments. Definitely, I'm done.
Got that exclusive.
that joint do look like a fucking PS. Like
I'm
seriously,
done.
seriously.
I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
And make sure y'all also too follow us on YouTube. Go to our channel if y'all missed the stream.
Yep.
Go to YouTube. You can watch our past episodes and watch our funny clips. And definitely comment. Tell us, what you like. Let us know. Like Swat said. Sometimes we want to hear from y'all too.
Yeah. Not
Not
really. Like
really,
if
but yeah, we do.
you said not really. Yo, somebody get this man out of here.
I'm joking. But yeah. So let's get